Yeah. What's going on, players? What up? Welcome to Off the Edge. I am joined by myself. I think Javon and Grateful Panic will be joining shortly. And yeah, just shoot the shit, talk some shit, have some fun, be an asshole. The usual stuff will be going on. Let's see who's in the house. Javon is in the house. What's up? What's up? Audible, visible. What up? Bama. What up, Bama? Let's see. Javon's got the click clacks going. The clickety clackety. He's got the fidgets going. Brandon, brand new American. Got it. What up? What's going on? Matt Parker. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man? How are the Poconos, my brother? Loving the dial, in the pocket almost every day. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I need to find a Zerk one. It's really, it sucks that I don't have a Zerk one. Oh, shit. Forgot to plug the Ethernet in. It's a little better. My Wi-Fi is good, but just to be safe, I like to go wired. You know what I mean? D-Metal, what up, dog? Justin Brown, what's up, homie? Redbeard, what up, what up, what up? I don't know what's going on this Saturday evening. I do have a giveaway. We'll probably do what we did on Thursday. We'll use the new StreamYard giveaway feature. It's kind of cool. So it's always going to be somebody who's actively in the live stream is going to get a chance to win. You can't like come in, do the hashtag, and then leave and then win. Nope. You got to literally be here on the live at the moment I do it. So you got to wait for my ass to remember to do it all the way at the end. And tonight we have a Hogue Deca. Shout out to Troy from Northwoods Leatherworks Co. He donated this to the 5K giveaway, and the winner did not contact me. And it has been more than a week. So it's back up for grabs. So tonight, the Hogue Deca V2 will be given away to one of you guys. So shout out to you guys. Javon popped in and then left. So I'll wait for him to come back. G-Bo, what up, what up, what up? So I do plan to buy a knife tonight on the live stream. I've been meaning to buy one of these knives. It's called the Cybertrix. And if I can hunt one down, I will. I saw it on AliExpress, so I might just buy it off of there. I know that's weird, but I feel like I should do it. So I might be buying a knife tonight. It's like $400, but it just looks so damn cool. It looks like Javon is here. Yo, what up, Tyler Nails? What up, dude? Can't wait for those fucking prototypes to come in, man. Have you guys seen Tyler's prototypes? Yo, what up, Javon?
What is up?
Not
Happy
much,
Saturday.
dude. Clicking and clacking.
It's disgusting.
What do you got?
Thanks to Tim A. Bama Ninja.
Okay, he got you a Loudy ACEDC Devil's Milk Cap, dude. That thing's not cheap. You hooked it up.
Got a little milk cap. I've got some other things coming, and I've just been all over websites.
That's what happens, man. You get stuck on the AliExpress or the whatever website, and you just like looking at everything.
That's a little heavier one. A little
Yeah,
cheapy.
they still work though. The Amazon ones, is that what it is, or is it? That was the first one you got.
I'm not as good with this one because it's heavier and it doesn't have texture.
Yeah, I struggle with some. That's why I like the matte Zerk. When I get Zerk now, I try to get matte because I can handle it a little bit better. The polished is so slick. It slips out of my hand. Poconos are cool too, by the way. Awesome. Let's go check out those prototypes. I want to show those off. Instagram. All right, so let's do this. Is John around or?
He is. He's out doing a few dashes. He'll be walking in here shortly because he's supposed to be bringing me Dr. Pepper. So I hope to see
Okay.
him
He's
later.
doing the DoorDash stuff down there?
He's doing a little of that right now.
Okay.
Temporarily, yep.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how it's going with. I know he was looking for something while he was down there.
Yeah, you think about it, man. It's just such a huge adjustment moving anywhere. So just getting your feet on the ground, getting your kind of bearings about where you want to be, where everything is.
Totally, dude.
It's been
Totally.
cool.
Good. You guys been good roommates?
Yeah, he's very low impact. Ashley, who's at my feet because she hates fireworks, and Chippy the cat both dig him. It's working out.
Cool. Glad. All right, so here is Tyler's Instagram. You can see these two ugly motherfuckers right here. So this is the sign, and the prototypes are on the way. Pretty sure he said when they come in, he was going to send one to me to pass around, which would be pretty dope if that happens. But it looks like they did a goddamn good job with it. The bolster lock looks good. I'm loving the grinds. The freaking crazy ass poonage he's got going. The multi poon is crazy.
Yeah, he's got the what is that double poon?
Can we call it can we call it a multi poon's foot? Or a poon? Can we call it a poon's feet? A poon's feet because it's got multiples. The poon's feet. The pics they sent were kind of shitty. So, Tyler, welcome to the world of you're more critical than anybody of your own shit. So, as soon as QSP sent me pictures of the stout prototypes, I was like, that looks like dog piss. Like, this knife sucks. Like, I was like, that's just how you're going to be, dude, because it's never going to be perfect enough for you. You just got to make sure it's good. You're good with selling it. You know, you're proud to sell it, and then go from there. And then you'll make the changes when you go into production. But what you've seen all these months, right, is this. And what you get in your hand will not look like this. You know, it will be close.
It looks like it feels so much better in reality.
Like
I think it looks awesome.
It's just very hard to explain, dude. But like what your own renders, it's just never gonna live up to it ever. So you'll learn, but it's fun, dude. It's fun, and you're gonna be your own worst critic, which is good. That's how you make it better, you know. So anyway, Mrs. Freak Show in the house.
Hey,
what up? What up?
What's up,
Marcos? What's going on?
You're a rock star. Ashley's hiding. I told you she hates fireworks.
Patches, guns and knives, cool. Foot poon, yeah.
We'll patch in Grateful Panic here in just a second.
No hell.
I see he's in the lobby.
No hell
no. Couldn't agree more, man. Yeah. Outdoor Craftsman, what up? What up? Oh, Colin's dropping by. What up, dog?
Howdy, Colin.
How's it going? How's it going, dude?
The man behind Devo Knives. We're just saying, huh?
What was that?
John asked what we were doing.
What are you doing?
What up, John? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. What kind of Dr. Pepper did you get? Cream soda or regular?
Regular. Cream soda, actually.
Regular. Cream soda.
There you go. That's the one to get, man.
He's chilling.
He's chilling. Cool. So what are you guys, what are you carrying tonight? I got some new stuff because I got some packages today. So I got like 4 new knives.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
I mean, they're not all mine. They're like loaners to check out, but I have the Arcane Praetheon prototype.
Very
and
nice.
I freaking love this thing, dude. It solidified it for me. I pre-ordered, so it was the first time that I went full bougie, and I went Damasteel on the pre-order. So I got the $640 one with Damasteel and titanium, because it's an inset liner lock. It's got a reversible deep carry clip. It's like if I was gonna go all out on one, this was the one, because it left-handed, I can carry it lefty, I can flick it lefty easy. And then I even bought the Zircuti inlay to put in. So it was like $780 at checkout.
How do you like it?
This one's awesome. So it's a pre-order. And then I got this in the mail today, and dude, I was like, yes, thank God I ordered that baller one. I made the right decision going for it. This is going to be his most popular model, I think, just because it's 3 1/4 inches. It's a little more manageable size. It's got the deep carry clip instead of, his normal clip is like milled, and, you get a little bit of this hanging out. And you have a choil on this one. You can get up here like this. This thing's fantastic, really. And this is now it's not like budget, but I think it's also going to be popular because he has a budget version. This is G10 and S35, starts at $190, which normally his knives are in the 300s immediately. So he's got 3 tiers. He's got this at $190. He's got a titanium with 20 CB at $350, and then he's got the baller tie and Damasteel at $640.
Are they being OEM'd, all of them?
Yeah, it's Best Tech.
Best Tech?
Yeah.
It looks
And
awesome.
if the prototypes are any indication, it's awesome. And I'm loving this new fad. We always go through these fads, right? Right now, it's thumb studs with fuller is the thing. And it works so well because you want to flick it, you just hit the fuller, right? But then you want to flick it with your thumb, you just use the stud. And it works, so you have both deployment methods nailed down. Because usually, I hate flicking studs. Because you gotta get it.
Always seems to get me right between the nail and that thing.
Yeah, and you gotta get under it and stuff. Like if you just have a fuller to flick, boom, you're good to go. And then when you want to use the thumb, that's when the studs come in handy,
Yeah.
So anyway, I got that in, and then I got the new Jack Wolf Midnight showed up.
Oh, that's pimp.
And I am definitely getting me the Purple Haze Fat Carbon when this drops on the 15th. But look at this thing.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I believe I dig that pattern is better than any I've seen.
It's like a ram's foot, like GC ram.
Yeah, it's my favorite for sure, and it's like a surprise one he just dropped. Here's the previous favorite I had was the laid back Jack. And that's the Midnight Jack. It's a little bit bigger. It's more like the sharpshooter size.
He's just knocking it out of the park. I mean, my gosh, those things are impressive.
Yeah, they are impressive. I mean, he literally turned me into a slip joint guy, which is in itself impressive. I actually have another prototype from QSP. This is called the Hedgehog slip joint.
It's named after
This
Ron
thing's
Bearden.
really good.
I saw that slip joint. I was thinking QSP slip joint. I wonder if that's because of their relationship with traditional knives, if they're seeing the validity of it. That's an awesome walk and talk, it looks like.
Dude, it's like I was kind of stunned in the unboxing. I was just like, what is going on? It's not quite the Jack Wolf, but it's fucking close.
Let me see the back of it. Oh, yeah. Look at it.
It's a little thicker, but it's so good in the hand. This one's in the Apex pass around group, John, if you wanted to get in on it or whatever.
Right on. Right on.
And I'll talk to Ben, but I don't know if he has anybody he wants me to send this to, but I could probably send this down your way once I do the review if you want to check it out.
Hell yeah, that would be hot.
Actually, have you checked? How many of them have you checked out? I could send all 3 of the.
Ben's none yet.
Okay.
Well,
I
I
can
mean,
just.
the ones that I handled at Blade Show, but
If you want to like review them or something, I can send all 3 down.
hell yeah.
All right, cool. I'll do that. I'm sure he'll appreciate it too. So yeah, that's what I had on me today, and then I also got one in the mail today. The Liberation Flipper from Chavez.
What do you think of that?
I like it more than I expected to. I thought I'd just plain out hate it. I ordered a Sangre because I'd been wanting one for so long now, and I don't really want it, but like I had wanted it so long that when it came out, I was like, I kind of have to get one. I hate the flipper tab for one. It has no jimping, and you can miss it pretty easy. And if you do, you actually can like get your finger in there, and I can touch the edge. And if you slipped off of this and slammed your finger down, you probably could slice it pretty good. And it hasn't happened, but it almost feels like they went with the flat grind back here, which sucks. I would much have preferred the normal hollow grind. And if it is a hollow, it's very shallow. And then my biggest gripe, I have 2 of them with the newer, I guess just with his models lately. The choil is stupid. Either give me a finger choil or give me more blade. Like I think it's meant to be a sharpening choil, because if I put my not so fat finger in there, I'm on that edge. Like there's no questioning it unless they expect you to hold it like sideways like this. That's the only thing I can think of. But like Ramon has fat fingers. I mean, I've shook the guy's hand. He's a big dude. So I wouldn't expect that they actually think this is a finger troll. So why wouldn't you just bring it all the way? Give me all that blade back, right? Like it just seems weird. And then the clip. Like I love the dude, but I feel like he gave in.
Yeah.
And he offers that secondary clip now, and for some reason put these stupid screws
over the eyebrows.
Yeah, like just have it mount from the inside like before and just swap it that way. I don't understand why it has to be this way. It's so, or look at this fucking screw right here. Just use that as a clip screw.
It's so people won't have to take it apart and void the warranty.
Yeah, but then fucking don't do it, because like 95% of people buying this fucking uncomfortable knife with
Honking
not
knife.
a good choil, with the worst fucking like late detent ever, stupid thick and heavy if you get a titanium one. They're not buying it because it's some random knife at a knife shop and going, oh, I can swap the clip. No, they're buying it because it's a fucking Chavez and they ride or die with the skull. So
That's
like,
right.
so fucking give them the skull and let's move on. Like, how about you make one model every year that doesn't have the skull, and the fuckers can, and you can see how many people fucking buy it, and then decide if you want to. Like, it's just, to me, it's dumb.
We'll make it the new lefty version.
What?
We'll make it like the lefty version. You can
Yeah, there you go. Make a lefty and put the non-skull. I'm fine with that.
No, I'm not saying put it on the lefty. I'm saying it's going to be like the lefty version. We'll just make a few extra.
Right. Oh, yeah, you could do that. He could easily do that. It's just a clip. Yeah.
If that would all happen in assembly, if you set them up both to be mounted the right way, where you don't see the screw brows.
It's dumb to me is what it is. But yeah, so I had the Sangre coming, and I do think this is good quality, and it's actually pretty good. It's just flipper only. You know, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, it'll be cool to have this and the Sangre in at the same time, and I can compare them. But you have to get the G. It's the only knife where I advocate getting the half and half shit, because if you get the full tie, it weighs like a fucking ton. It's stupid heavy. So this is actually like light. This feels good. But I hate the look of it. I wish they would do blackened tie with the black G10. So anyway, I got that in too today. So those are the ones I've gotten in the last, and then I got in a stout prototype. Got one back.
Ooh, who's that from?
Who makes that?
Yo mama.
Ooh, Yo mama. I need to call mama.
How do you like it? You don't have to say who it's from, but how do you like that one in comparison?
It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. This is, you're serious. Sorry, I thought we were fucking around. This is a QSP one.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was one of the ones that had come in that hadn't come in yet.
No.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no. I just had one from White Mountain Knives had it and just sent it back to me.
I'll
so I need to send this around.
You can just send it down to me.
Hey, Kev, does that Chavez do that crap? I don't know. I've noticed some Riots do it where when you disengage the lock bar, it rattles, like the blade will rattle for that little bit of before you close it, when it's kind of in like the half closed position.
So that's what you call that's what the late detent problem is. So you have all this room between disengaging the lock, and right here is where it starts to ride the ramp off the detent ball.
Yeah.
So all of this room, that's what that is. It's not Riot. It's just shitty design.
Well, no, I'm saying like not that way, but like side to side. I've had some I had a Chavez that, and the blade would like rattle just a little bit side to side. Like you could shake it up and down, like the dang Jaegers do it.
The Jaegers do it?
Yeah, like
in between.
Like right there, it's got a little bit of side to side.
When you
not
get it
up
down.
and down, but like let's see if you can.
You
I don't have any side to side.
You hear it?
Yeah, that's your knife, dude. Do you have skiffs in there?
Yes. No, that one doesn't have skiffs.
Because it might be the skiffs. Like, here's mine. Mine's fine. I've had like 7 of these. I've never had that issue. So it might just be John's. Or did you notice it on another one?
Well, I've noticed it on the Chavez I had. It did the same thing. That's why I got rid of the Chavez.
What size skiffs do these take, Kevin? Do you know off the top of your head? I'm sure it's
Yeah,
on this part.
6 millimeter, 1 millimeter, but you don't need them. They come with great bearings. Honestly, the bearings in it are better than the skiffs, in my opinion, because they fit the pocket better. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I didn't notice that on any of the like 8 that I've had. I mean, yeah, if I have it like not closed, I can't even get it to rattle, and there's no side to side at all. I just sent my Tiffany one or Brittany one back to Brian. He's gonna sand down the camo carbon because I had like cracks and shit. I talked about it on the live stream Thursday.
Yeah,
and apparently you can do something about it. You can sand it. You can sand it down. So that's what he's gonna do. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm saying you could hit him up. Maybe there is something that can be done to fix your Jaeger, though. So I don't know.
Yeah, like I say, I didn't notice it till John pointed it out because I just feel different about knives. To me,
did I say 1 millimeter? Yeah, I meant 6 millimeter 1/16. Thanks, Dave. That's the 20.5 ones. Maybe I just had that in my head. But yeah, it's 1/16. But again, I don't recommend them for that knife.
You do not?
Because the Jaeger, I'm also working with Skiff on getting multi-row skiffs for the Jaeger. So I would just wait until that happens.
Now, I saw multi-row on his site. They might have been.
Yeah, but they won't fit.
Okay, so he is doing multi-row.
Unless you sanded them down, you could get them to fit. That's essentially what he's going to do.
For the guy who sent his sharpener to Backpack B, you really think I could sand down that? No.
What did he send?
I said it's interesting that from the guy who gave away his sharpener to Backpack B would think that I could actually sand something down to modify a knife. No.
No.
I'll wait till they come out with the multi-row that fits.
All right. You gave away a sharpener?
No, never mind. I was trying to make it funny. I was talking about you, coming from you, who hooked backpack B up with a sharpener.
Yeah. Well, I
because
didn't
you
hook him
didn't
up. I
want to
sold
stop.
it to him.
Well, you hooked him up. I'm sure you hooked him up.
Yeah. All right. So you're funny. We got it. All right. Kev, the biggest skiff encyclopedia on earth. I mean, if I know it, I know it if it fits, but there's a whole spreadsheet if anybody needs it. Don't even carry my Redención much because of the hotspots. Yeah. Yeah, I found that I thought the street would be a good option because it's like 3 1/4 on the blade instead of the Redención, which is 3.6, which is just huge for me. And there's always so much handle sticking out on the Redención I had, the 229. So I thought the street would be better, and I got it in hand. And yeah, it size-wise fits your hand better. Problem is, because of all the sharp corners everywhere, because it fits your hand better, you're getting all the corners in your palm and shit. With the 229, it was hanging out to here, so you never felt the corners. So it's obvious. It's honestly better to get the bigger ones if you're gonna get a Chavez.
Dude, I can honestly say that Chavez was like my biggest knife disappointment ever. Like, cause I still love the way they look, but I was just very disappointed in it.
Yeah, they're very rough around the edges, but it's on purpose. That's the thing. I don't really get why that's like enjoyable to anybody. Like every one of these corners is sharp as fuck. Like I don't know why they don't just have them. It can still look sharp and just knock it down, but they're all sharp. It's just sharp corner after sharp corner. Like I don't know why. And then when it's in your pocket and you're like it's just not comfortable. But I guess they're meant to be badass, and badass people like to scratch themselves. Like I don't know.
You got to build up calluses to be tough enough to carry one.
Yeah, that's it. You got to be tough, you know.
But it wasn't even like the action wasn't that good. It just wasn't that great of a knife for the money it cost.
Yeah, I agree, Brian. It's probably pivot lash. What you were talking about, the side to side. That's what we would consider pivot lash, where in between open and closed, there's blade play, basically.
Yeah.
Like you'll have knives where it's open and there's no play at all. You disengage it and there's play. That's called pivot lash, and that's where skiffs come into play. They will fix pivot lash most of the time because they're just going to be ever so slightly thicker. And when you use the stock bearings, they have that stamped cage. So one side is kind of like weaker than the other one. They're not the same. And skiffs are like a solid cage. So when the scales press together and everything's tightened down, it's all kind of even and shit. Where the stock bearings that are stamped, like one side could be a little looser than the other, and that's where you get the pivot lash.
Yeah, it's got a little tiny bit of play. I need to tighten it up and see if it changes it.
What up, Casey? Everybody check out Knives Fast. He's got an upcoming pre-order coming up next Saturday for the Pinion. I will be getting the triple bundle. I'd say 1 or 2 of those is to support my brother, and the other 1 or 2 are because I truly love that knife design. From the moment I saw that design of the Pinion, I wanted that knife. And I honestly offered to do it as a Devo knife if he didn't want to do it as a Tempest knife. But he was smart enough to follow through on it.
Felt fantastic. I was glad I got to bump into him at Blade Show and get to handle it.
Yeah, and the updates he made to where the blade to handle ratio is going to be updated. The clip is going to be moved. Both those things to me just like solidified it. Here is the knife if you guys are curious. It just is the blade shape to me is gorgeous. So like for me, I love a reverse tanto visually, and I love a sheep's foot, and I'm going to say that that's a reverse Tanto. And some of you guys are going to say, it doesn't have a sharpened edge on the top. And I'm going to say, shut the fuck up. You know exactly what I mean when I say reverse Tanto. This is similar, right? Reverse Tanto. But what I don't like about a knife like this, let me just do this because I'm actually going to point out a flaw in my own design real quick. This is the same way, right? This is my mash design with Colin. If you look at the reverse Tanto blade shape and you see how it goes into the tip and the belly kind of goes up to the tip, right? And what happens is you end up with a very stubby sort of tip. And it makes it hard to penetrate like packaging or penetrate anything and then slice. It makes it a little bit harder to where you got to use a little more pressure when you're going into a cut like that. Well, makes it a little bit harder. What just happened? I don't know. So what Casey did was he kept that kind of blade-shaped design, but was able to keep a penetrating tip. And that's what kind of like really turned me on to this knife. And then on top of it, if you look at the ergos and the rest of it, plus it's $75 or whatever. Like, it's kind of a no-brainer, especially considering it's a collaboration with Kubi. It's impressive that he can sell it for that price point. So there's my take on the pin. That's my opinion on the pinion.
I mean,
so Trent, this is where I hear this argument all the time. So guys, check out the pinion. Pre-orders next Saturday. Get you one. To be fair, the stamp basket versus solid shouldn't matter anymore. I'm not even looking at his comment. He's gonna say that the balls are the only thing that should touch either the side of the scale or the blade because blah blah blah. The bearing should be what the blade frame rests on the whole way around. If it's uneven when closed and something is ground wrong. Okay, see, told you. Now, the problem with that is, yes, in fucking theory, on paper, scientifically, mechanically, whatever, yes, you are correct. The balls, it's the thickness of the balls that matter. If the cage is holding the balls, it doesn't matter because the balls are all that's touching the sides, right? So the cage shouldn't matter. But here's the thing. You take stock bearings out of a knife that has pivot lash and you put skips in there, same exact size balls, all of a sudden the pivot lash is gone. So I don't care about the actual science. It doesn't matter because in practice, the skips solve the fucking problem. So yes, that argument makes sense, but no, it doesn't matter because in actual real world practice, the skiffs fix these problems that shouldn't exist. So I don't know what how do you go about explaining that? I don't know. Does it mean that all those knives are somehow out of tolerance? Yes. They're fucking production knives. I don't know. Like nothing can be perfectly fucking like straight in every way. So maybe the skiffs somehow alleviate some of the tolerance issues. And because the skips are precise, it helps fix the rest of it. I don't know.
Well, I think it's got to have something to do with the ID of the pivot of the bearing cage and on the pivot. I feel like you're going to get a little bit.
Yeah. So in that heat, Trent says I use skips. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's just that in practice, skiffs are better. That's like I've had this argument with so many makers, like John Sorensen, Gavco, like other people. I've had these arguments where they use steel fucking bearings, and I'm like, dude, you're charging me $900 for a knife. Put skiffs in it. I'll pay $913. Like Like, what the fuck? I just don't understand the mentality. And it's the mentality is these guys, I don't want to say they're cheap, but that's what it seems like. They're fucking cheap. They buy parts by the whatever, and they can get fucking 440C bearings for however much, and then they justify it by saying it doesn't make a difference. Ceramic doesn't make a difference. What, like, you know, having that solid cage doesn't make a difference. And it's like, dude, I could literally walk up to you, take your knife, flick it, show you how it opens and closes, take it apart, put skiffs in it, and then show you how it does that better. Like, but it's just like anything else. Some people just don't care about action as much, or they don't care how, like, if it's that little bit smoother or that little bit more drop shut, because they don't care about drop shut or whatever. And I get that. That's fair. But if you think about it, the consumer wants the skiff bearings. Just give it to them. Like, make it an option to have it installed with skiff. Hey, do you want skiffs in this? We'll charge you the $13, or even mark that bitch up. I'll pay $25 for them. I don't care. And it would honestly take away issues, because then you wouldn't have people taking apart your knife to put skiffs in right away because you put fucking steel cage bearings in there and nobody wants those.
Yeah, it would seem like making it an option, like a clip, would be additional profit for the manufacturer. Like you said, if you make a $25, $30 increase with skiffs, people will pay it.
Right. I still love the Nimble X, though. Pivot lash doesn't bother me too much. Pivot lash bugs the shit out of me. Skiffs usually work for me, but they didn't solve the pivot lash in my Nimble X. I actually found I sold both of my Nimble X's, by the way. I don't know. The OG is just, for me, it's just better. I just like the size, and I just didn't need them. I don't know.
Are you going to get a warning?
What?
Are you going to get a warning?
Oh, yeah, I get a warning for sure. That's the one I've been waiting for, 3 1/4 inch. I'm telling you, it's the sweet spot. 3 1/4 is the place to be. But dude, pivot lash, detent lash, blade centering, fucking any one of those things will bug the shit out of me, and I'll sell the knife or try to fix it or whatever. Like, I can't deal with shit like that.
I feel for you, man. That's got to be tough.
It is, but it also helps me sell knives.
Well, yeah, it makes you a perfectionist. It's a good. There's nothing wrong with that.
Something about
same thing with Fidget. Will it drive you crazy if something's not machined right?
Right. My guess, Naf, is the thing about skiffs that adds the lateral strength is because people will argue, well, it's the balls, right? And they're the same size balls, so it shouldn't matter. But the way the what's holding the balls is a very solid piece of phosphor bronze, and it's very sturdy, so there's no flex or anything in the cage. Therefore, the balls can't flex, because let's say you're tightening the pivot. Well, maybe the top portion of the cage is getting squeezed a little harder than the bottom, and that can flex the cage a little bit. I don't fucking know. And with skiffs, because they're so solid and precise, you don't get that, and it ends up sort of it ends up kind of straightening things out as you're tightening that pivot, instead of having your cage and your bearings do this in there. The skiffs will kind of like keep everything lateral and straight. I think that's probably what it is.
Great point, Isaiah.
We had a bearing maker
Isaiah
weigh in on the matter.
Pull his comment up.
I work for SKF and make bearings for a living. The cage has significant impact on bearings. The stamped stuff doesn't hold the ball bearing in place, allowing it to walk in the track side to side. Okay.
Concluded.
And I will say, if you look at Gillian's, which I used to love Gillian's, you can push the balls back and forth in the cage a little bit. You can do that with skiffs, I feel like, a little bit too, but maybe that makes a difference. Science. Yes, it's science. I think what I just said made sense. This whole thing and this whole thing, I think that made perfect sense.
Yeah, but you got to do the hand
In
motion.
my brain, you
Kind
know.
of like this.
That means the groove you think you're making in the track is wavering all around the chair. Yeah, exactly. Right. Because if it's flexing, if the cage is flexing a little bit, then the balls are rotating on a weird axis or whatever.
I
And
hate
it
when my
makes
balls
sort
rotate
of,
on
and
me.
that's why I will always recommend when you put skiffs in to flip your washers over so you have a fresh washer for the skiffs to put a path into. Because if you just use the same washers and the skiff bearings
Painful.
it doesn't line up with that track you already started, it could probably make it feel worse. I was trying to say earlier, they usually have the balls further from the center and extra balls because of the increased radius. Yeah, I know skiffs usually will have extra balls too, which is good. The more balls you have, the better. Said exactly right, Lefty. Hard to type that out with no
really
hand movements. Yeah. All right, cool. See, look at that. I got backup, baby. I always keep my balls in a Foster Brown's cage. Yeah. Nav, did you find that link for the cyber tricks? I want to pick that up. Or did it turn out to be the same link I showed you? The Declanix crap. The Declanix. Have you guys seen the cyber tricks?
Mm-mm.
There were some at Blade Show. Reich had them.
Oh, yeah. The knife that you don't need a tool to take it apart, but you do to get it out of the packaging.
Yeah, but people are so wrong about that because you do. Like, you do need tools. Like, I was showing Naf earlier. So, you don't need a tool to see. You take something and you pop the backspacer up, right? And then you can take the backspacer out. But then the scales come like this, and then you need screws. Or you need a tool to get the screws out, and then you can get to the pivot, which you need tools for, and then you can take it apart. So I don't know why people don't think it's just because it has no hardware that people think there's no tools. Just DM'd it to you. LTK had a Cybertrix there. Sweet. Cool. Is it the same link though, Naf? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, it is different. No, it's not. This is the website, dude. That's the same fucking website.
Thanks for trying now. Thanks for sending it.
It's the FSEDC website, dude. Forever Steel, FSEDC. God damn it. And it's out of stock. So, all right. I'm going to have to go to AliExpress, baby. Should we do it?
What are we
Let's
buying
look
from
at
AliExpress?
I'll give you my opinion then. I am curious how the AliExpress experience is now that I've gone down that rabbit hole for 2.5 years.
I've done it. I've ordered a couple of things. I haven't got anything yet, but I've had plenty of people tell me that the stuff was real from the. You have to get it from the right stores if you're doing the fidget stuff. So this is the. Yeah, he said just. But it turns out the AliExpress one is actually the. It's the one with the aluminum, comes with the cool thing and everything. Oh, shit. Hold on. I hate that. AliExpress, it's a new tab every time you fucking click on something. So, this is it right here. And they only have type B, which is this one or that one. I can't figure out which one I like. I think I like B better.
Yeah.
Oh, the blade is longer. Yeah, I like B better.
Looks like they flipped the blade around.
That's the one they have, so I think I'm just going to buy it. September, what?
And see, what they did is they took it one step further from the factor. The pivot is actually magnets now. It just floats on magnets.
He said, I got the towel through Ali, but that's all so far. It took a while to ship, but that was all kind of. Man, that just seems like a long ass time to wait. September? I mean, that's 2 months. Why would
Probably like a pre-order.
Well, it's because they had one of the sweatshop kids just swim it out to him instead of sending it on the.
Like, why would it take 2 fucking months? Damn
Monkey
it.
box, man.
Only 2 left, though. Ah, fuck. All right, hold on. Anybody got one? Wants to sell me one?
I've got a Sharp by Design Mini Tempest I'll sell you instead.
Nah, I'm good. Yeah, it's $400, but it looks cool. I do really want it, but
That's for 365 shit. But you're talking
takes
about that.
forever. I know, dude. I literally had one in my hand at Blade, but I had spent so much I didn't buy it. I think I'm just gonna not buy it. Sorry, I can't do it. I can't wait till September, and it's $400. Like, if somebody says, "Hey, I got one," and I can buy it and fucking get it, like, sure, but
Hey, changing the subject real briefly. Did you get in on a gripper?
no, I've been waiting for them to come in, and then it's a long story, but I was like, "You want me to pay you now or later or whatever?" And he's like, "Just pay me when they come in." I need to hit him up. Ask him for a hookup first. Who? LTK? Or the designer? Because I tried that. He just sent me to that website, NAFHEAD. Casey ordered a chill pill, G-Ball. I talked him into it the other night. I think he ordered the aluminum one because it was $20.
How are the chill pills?
Dude, they're so good. I have another one, I think, waiting for me to unbox. The guy sent me one as a thank you because I guess a lot of people have been buying them since my videos.
How do you play with them?
I mean, it's 2 pieces. So you
Yeah.
pop it up like this, or you take it apart and you roll it around in your hand. It's hard to show you like on camera, but you just roll it around in your hands until they pop back together, which is super fun. Or you do this, throw it in the air, and it like zings back together.
Zing.
It's super fun, dude. And then I do magic tricks with it. So like,
Can you pull it from somebody's ear?
I don't know. I just do weird shit. Like,
Harry Potter shit.
yeah, it's like, hey, what's that? What?
It's the wizarding world of Kev.
And then I have 2 Zerk, and I have a Zerku tie and a honeycomb tie. And then what he just sent me was it's one of these, I think, Zerk, but with 2 O-rings. He has milled in lines and then O-rings on them on one side, and then a Zerk honeycomb one on the other side. I'm excited about that. I've been asking him for a honeycomb Zerk for a while. Trent, have you tried the Real Steel Griffin? All right, so hold on. Let me give you your ball sack, sir. Here's your cat anus and ball sack combination. Thank you very much. Have you tried the Real Steel Griffin? I have a titanium button lock version. Has really cool roller bearings. Yeah, so I've heard so much about the Griffin. I think I did handle one. I don't know where. But they stopped making it, which is weird. And then I didn't know they made a titanium one. So I'd love to check one out. I've heard it's a good button lock. And then, yeah, it's on needle bearings. Like, it's on roller bearings, which is unique to the knife world. And I think more people should use it.
Hey, Stacy.
So that's cool, dude. Kev is a Hufflepuff. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Hufflepuff. Come on, man. You know I'm a Gryffindor. Get out of here. Lefty. I left my chill pill in my pocket the other day next to my earth magnets from Key Bar, And I noticed the magnets were even stronger on the pill. I looked it up, and magnets can actually get stronger. Damn.
Holy
What's
shit.
an earth magnet?
Those are the things that are used in all the fidget sliders and the chill pills. It's a real strong magnet.
No, he said he left it next to his earth magnets.
Correct. And they're also earth magnets. Then what they do is they can charge themselves. So
The
they can,
neodymium ones?
they can increase the magneticity of each other.
All right. My Cybertrix will be here next week if you still want to check it out. Yeah, if you want to sell it to me, Chris, that'd be cool.
Mark, I have not.
Yeah, I do want to check it out. So if you want to send me yours, that's cool instead of me buying one, because I probably wouldn't keep it. That's the reason why I kind of backed out there, because it's like I'm just doing it for content, I feel like. Not just content, but like I want to fucking like handle it. I don't think I'd keep it. So like, I don't know. Reich is showing it on IG. If you wait until release, you could probably grab it from a US retailer. I talked to Reich and they said, yeah, they would like hit me up or hold one for me or something. I don't think they'll actually do that.
Sure they will.
I would like to check out the Cybertrix, please. There you go, Chris.
He said, please.
Yeah, well, for all I know, Chris was talking to him, not me. So
He probably was.
I got it so I can play with it while I panic during the pre-order. Yeah, have fun with that, dude. That's a fun experience. Well, you know already. You can even magnetize other metals and then unmagnetize. Yeah, but it's not like permanent, right? I feel like it just happens for so long.
It just lines the freaking whatever, the atoms up in a line. When you
Dude, the fat carbon Thule. The Thule is such a terrible. I don't get that knife at all. I might sell it. I have to see how I feel about it. All right, dibs. Dibs, Chris. I got dibs on the Cybertrix. If you're doing dibs. I'm just calling it, but you know. That reminds me, yeah, let me hit up Brass Brigade.
I'll tell you, my Avant has gotten and developed delicious action.
It's beautiful. Oh, I asked Jake what he did to piss him. He said, I don't know. He didn't even know about it.
This is Erica's favorite knife, by the way. Did y'all see that review today?
Dude, that's from 2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago.
Yeah. I already had like 300 views on it.
Did Jason do the gripper in a black handle with satin blade? I swear I saw that.
It was either all black or all satin. Those are the
I
two
know, but I
choices.
saw one somewhere, and I was like,
Somebody
I want
might have
that.
done a blade swap, but I was going to actually switch mine. I've been communicating with him to an all satin, and when I saw the all blacks come in, I think I'm going to just stick with all black.
Yeah. I did ask for black because I didn't like the all gray. I don't like that look, and I don't like brass. But whatever.
Get two and do a blade swap and a sale.
Yeah, but I don't need to. This is the kind
But
of
you
shit I get
sell one of
myself
them.
into. But
99% of
Ultem, piss, urine, cat shit. Yeah. So, I forgot I made that the topic tonight was Ultem. Are you into it, or is it pee plastic? Because I think it's piss plastic.
It was a great tip for vapes. I used to have Ultem drip tips for when I was using the box mods, the cloud chasing vapes. They were very low in conducting heat, but that's been my experience, my only experience with Ultem.
Took an Amber Heard that shit up. The hell are you talking about?
Yeah, Riley, she did take an Amber Heard size shit on Jake. talking
Who?
about Erica on her video yesterday.
Erica who?
Not your average EDC.
Jake who?
Bearded Gear. It's
Oh.
only like 3 minutes. You can turn it on.
What did she do?
She just went off on people that don't use their stuff before having opinions about knives, and then she talks about the Avant, and she just kind of goes on a rant at Jake's expense.
Really? All right.
Yeah. I think I sent Shane a text because he's made up with her. He hadn't replied. I said, it looks like your kindness is rubbing off on her. And I sent him
This
the
was
video.
a video yesterday.
Or today or yesterday. It was her last video. She's got a.
You have to use a knife. Okay.
Yeah, the K19. That's it.
What up, Roman? Let's watch this. Because I am of the mind that you don't have to use a knife.
She's talking to you. We can't hear it though.
I mean, I make fun of the use your shit people all the time, so it's fair enough.
It's just her. Yeah, everybody's got opinions on stuff.
All right, let's watch it. Fuck it. Let's see what's going on.
What's going on, guys? It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC. Today, we're going to have a discussion about knife reviews.
Thank you, Roman. He says,
Reviewers.
what's up, fellas?
We're just going to kind of talk about that a little bit. This might be kind of like a ranty video. Like, I'm not going to be showing a whole bunch of stuff in it, so this is one of those videos where you
Watching it,
grab a snack.
Some people have seen it.
Words, if you even do listen, not much to see on the screen. But yeah, this is something that I'm really passionate about and I really want to talk about because I think it's becoming an issue in the entire world, but especially the knife community. Knife reviews and knife reviewers just being completely full of fucking shit. A couple months ago, a custom knife maker, his name is like BP Customs, Brandon Park Customs or something like that. Seems like a great guy. He makes custom fixed blade knives that are like really nice. He reached out to me and he said, hey, I would love to send you a knife, no charge, and I want you to test it. Would you be interested? And I was like, oh, absolutely. Like, your work looks great. I've never used it before. It's kind of unique. Like, I'd be down to test it. And I get these messages all the time from custom makers, knife companies, all that stuff. And for the most part, I'll pass up their stuff. Like, there are a handful of companies that I've said yes to, like 3 maybe or something. That's not really something I'm interested in for the most part. But this guy seemed cool. He seems like he makes, nice knives, and I've heard a lot of good things about him. So I was like, yeah, sure, I will absolutely do that. And then his next message was something along the lines of like, all right, awesome. As soon as I get it back from Bearded Gear, I will send it your way for review. And immediately I was like, oh, hell fucking no. Are you nuts? If he's reviewed it first, I want nothing to do with it. Ew. And that's what I said. I was like, oh, just kidding. I want literally nothing to do with that.
Wait, she's mincing words now.
Now you may be thinking, what's wrong with Jake? What's wrong with Bearded Gear? He's got tons of subscribers. He does reviews all the time. Seems like a great guy.
He doesn't ever do reviews.
This is not going to be a shit-talking video per se, but it is going to be a truthful video.
Translation.
The reason I said I wanted nothing to do with that knife after he has had it is because, in my opinion, reviewers like him are fake. None of that is real life. When you make literally 0 sense, 0 logical sense on your channel, and you get like metric fuck tons of free shit that you review without even using it, I have no trust in you, and I don't respect you. I don't respect the content that you're putting out. It's not necessarily like I don't respect you as a human because I don't know you. But the content that you're presenting to YouTube, I don't give a fuck about and I don't respect because it's not real. There are so many things that channel in particular, there's so many things that he has done that make me not trust him. For example, the Andela review that he did. The caption is, Spyderco Andela K390 full review. That's what the title is. Now, I watched this whole goddamn ridiculous video just to get some info on this guy, right?
Jake.
The reviewers like him. It's not just him. But he's a great fucking example.
Jen bought the
He
Avant.
did a full review on a K390 Indela that a friend sent him. And literally halfway through the review, where, by the way, he's shitting on it for the most part because he doesn't like FRN, it's not fidgety enough, and blah, blah, blah. He goes, I didn't use it. Like, I didn't really use it, you know? Like, I, you know, got it in hand, and I played around with it a little bit, and I opened, like, an Amazon package, and, you know, I didn't hard use it. I didn't use it. But I can tell you right now, this thing, you know, it's there are better knives out there in K390 and the Indela and the Backlog and the blah and the FRN, and he's just like being a little bitch, right? Like just completely like I didn't even use it, but this sucks. Like, are you nuts? You didn't even use this knife. You literally just said you didn't use it. How are you doing a full review on a knife that you didn't use, bro? Are you? So I was like livid. I was taking a shower when I was listening to the video, and I was like livid in the shower, like viciously scrubbing my hair, like fuck, this is why I hate knife reviewers. I think it's just ridiculous. You cannot review a knife if you haven't used it. And even if you've used it a few times, open a package and cut an apple and slice some tape. Guys, that's not a review. That's an overview. That's a first impressions. That's not a review. Stop calling it a review. You have no idea how this performs.
Fucking probably hates me if she knows who
Fidget
I am.
should not be a part of this. And that's like what this dude is obsessed with. He's obsessed with like fidgety, flippy knives. Like that's what he does with his knives, and he admits that. But it's just like I understand that that's an interest point for some people, but like I will never understand why that's so prominent in a fucking review. But anyway,
you can't burn me. I burn myself.
That's just like one example of why
it makes it hard on people.
You know, trust his reviews, and why I want nothing to do with him. And then like another prime example is like he's a YouTuber, he's a reviewer, and he like designed the what the fuck was that called? Luft Concepts Avant. Which, by the way, yes, I have handled. Yes, I have had my hands on it. Yes, I have thoroughly examined it. It's a piece of fucking shit made in China. Literal piece of shit that gets delivered to you most of the time, not even locking up, not even close to centered, pivot falling out, piece of fucking shit, overpriced. Like, you will not change my mind. And yes, this is vicious, but it's also truthful. I handled one out of the package that the pivot was falling out of, and it was so off-center, and I opened it up and it's like not even engaging. The lock is like not even engaging fully. You're not an engineer. You're not a designer. Stop making knives. Get some education first. Handling 1,200 knives on your YouTube channel does not make you a knife designer, does not make you an engineer. And like, cool, if you want to contribute to a design that an actual engineer or knife designer or knife maker makes, like, great. But like, drawing something up and then sending it over to China to have them make it for like $300 is hilarious to me. Your knife's a piece of shit. So I just like don't trust the guy, and I don't trust a lot of knife reviewers like that.
Come on, say my name.
So I told back to the original part of the story. I told this Brandon dude, I was like, yeah, no, I want nothing to do with that.
But why?
You know, that guy Jake seems kind of.
So my thing with this is, so you're not gonna review this other guy's knife that you said you like his work and everything just because Jake touched the knife?
Yeah, it's got koozies.
So you're basically fucking this other guy over on purpose because you don't like Jake. Like,
no, it gets even better. He's gonna design a whole nother model of knife just to send her so she can review it.
Is that happening?
Yes.
Yeah, he's designing her knife.
Of like hilarious to me. So if he reviews anything first, I want nothing to do with it because my reviews are like realistic after like real
I don't think she
recorded use.
I don't think she will either, dude.
I just want nothing to do with people like that. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pass up your offer. And Brandon was really nice, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? I totally get it. I had no idea he was like that." And I mentioned the Avant thing to him too.
How's he like?
Yeah,
you know, this guy's just hilarious. So he's gonna make a new model, a new knife, and when he does, he'll send it to me, and I'll be the first one to actually test it and review it. So like that, I'm down with. And he totally understood where I was coming from, but I just wanted to drive home how important it is to watch channels and reviewers that actually use their knives. For example, James Harris from Junkyard Fox, he has a pretty big channel, so he's doing fantastic. But like, he just posted a review
Never heard
last
of
night of a Kephart knife that he tested for
Never heard
8
of that.
months before putting content out on it. Gutting fish, you know, fires, camp cooking, recorded all of it. 8 months before he put out the review. Now that's real fucking shit, guys. That's real life. And the reason this
Real
ties
life?
into my channel and stuff is because somebody just left a comment on my Native 5, my Spy 27 Native 5 review.
Some
Somebody
people
just left a
sold
comment like
knives
10
8
minutes ago.
times by then.
And they were like, I love how you went from what's the point of this steel to at the end of your review saying, why isn't this used more often? And like, I just stared at that comment for a minute because I was
We
like,
gotta watch
you
more of
know,
her videos. I'm making money.
that's real life.
Yeah.
I really did record that change.
Yeah.
Because
Swinging a cat
at the
anus and a
beginning
ball
of
sack,
the
baby.
testing of this knife,
I review
I-
knives.
heard through the grapevine that this steel is basically S35VN. There's no difference. It's S35VN. It was created to just be S35 that's easier to sharpen, right? That's what I had like heard about Spy 27. Now, if I was like a normal reviewer who gets a knife, cuts a package, cuts an apple, and then gives a full fucking review without sharpening it, without using it, without testing it, I probably wouldn't have changed my mind. I would have come back to the table with my bullshit full fucking review saying that there's nothing special about this and that it's S35VN but stamped as Spy 27. Right? Like, that's what a lot of
She
people
likes
do, guys.
Ultem. Oh
That's
shit,
real life.
she's got
That's what
Ultem
most
there.
people do is they're full of
The
fucking
most
shit
hipster
and they use a
thing
knife
you
like
can
once
do
and they
is
don't
buy
even know
Ultem.
how to sharpen. They don't even know how to do anything, and then they give you a full
12-year-old
review on
gatekeeper
a
of the
product.
knife review.
And like, if I had never used it, I wouldn't have seen in real time and noticed how special Spy 27
Yeah, I
is.
don't
Because at
understand it.
just from hearing stuff about it, it seemed, I was like, why did Spyderco make this? It's fucking useless. Like, what's the point? We already have enough like middle grade stainless steels. We are like a waste of my time at this point because this is the same thing. Yes, Spy 27 is the same thing, but 10 times easier to sharpen. I mean, Waterstone would have never pulled a knife and say that it's cheap and that you don't like it if you've never even used it. You're not allowed to do that.
Yes,
I mean,
you
yeah,
I
are.
don't give a fuck if you don't like plastic.
I do it all the time.
I don't give a shit. Let's talk about how the knife actually
Very
performs
successful
aside
one.
from being made out of plastic. Hello? Go use it.
Most people
Tell
don't
me
wanna see
how the
their areas
steel and
used
the
in the
blade
bush
and the
for 8 months
geometry and
before
the
they buy
edge
it.
performs, and then come back with your fucking review and tell me how it is, regardless of how fidgety it is. I want to know if this is going to work as a tool for me.
And just watch
Right?
another
Having these like,
channel.
that's okay. That's okay. If you make it clear that it's an overview,
Yeah,
that it's
dude.
a first
Oh, dude,
impressions, and that
she
it's a
almost-
tabletop first impression,
She
and
saw
you're just
she was
kind of
about
like
to shoot
looking
herself
at
in
it
the foot
and
because she
putting
was
out your
like,
first
no
thoughts on
complex
it.
is okay. But he says
I
in the
don't mind
beginning
you.
that he's
Really,
not
that's
reviewing
cool.
the knife.
Mad respect. Fuck
I
you
think
if
it's
you
not
say that you did a
personal.
full fucking review on a product and then you turn everyone away from it when you didn't even use it. And now what? You're gonna design knives, aren't you? Over in China. You're gonna go have somebody in China make it for you because you're too impulsive and you can't wait 5 years to have somebody here in the States do it.
5 years. Where's that in America?
Fuck that.
I'll tell you, this is personal.
Anyway,
This
guys,
isn't-
That's my little
angry.
rant. That's why it's important to.
Damn it, dude. She's fucking angry at Jake.
I
It's
messaged
interesting.
him. I was like, "What did you do to Erica? She went full on damn scornful on you." And he was like, "Who the fuck's Erica?"
I think
He knew nothing about it.
I think Shane's been conspiring with her since they become friends.
Shane's been conspiring with her. This is some Shane shit. Shane fucking has the same opinion. Not like those opinions. I just mean he's opinionated like that. But Shane's cool. I don't know. So my thing is, obviously I love Jake. He's one of my best friends, but he can fight his own battles. I don't. You know. But like I literally so when I watch a knife review, right? I'm watching the knife review for what I want to get out of the knife review. like what I want to get out of the knife. Me personally, and some of you guys, you're watching this fucking live stream. You're not watching it to see how many fucking square feet of cardboard it can chop down and how it resharpens and like. And when you do want to know that, that's when you go watch Jared's channel or whatever. Like, you come to my channel or Jake's channel if you want to just get our thoughts on how the knife, like, is in general. Like, it's not. I don't know. It's so
Reviewers
frustrating.
know that. I think
It's just a different take on.
Yeah.
It's your personal opinion on the product and
long-
full review, overview, like yeah, I use those terms like differently. I try anyway. Like if I haven't really used it, I'll usually call it an overview instead of a full review. But I'm sure I fucking said full review. Any knife I've done a full review on, I've never done what the fuck she's talking about.
You better take those shits down, man. You
I'm
can't
taking
put
them down,
full
dude.
review
I'm going
on
back
it.
and change. You know what I did? I started just
much.
fucking. From now on, I just won't even title the videos.
Well, I mean, you have to kill a
It'll
bear
just
with a
have the
knife
date.
before
It'll
you can
just have
review
the
it.
date. But no, I just use funny. I try to like come up with something for a title instead of, because guess what? Blah blah blah. Full review doesn't fucking get views. So you got to put like coolest motherfucker in the room. Like you got to do something like that as your title, and then put a cool picture up.
Thumbnail.
Like I don't know. That was a lot of personal attacking. I feel like
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
It wasn't about like.
it was about something else. She's
Yeah.
mad about something. I don't know.
I guess it's the metric fuck ton of shit he gets for free that she doesn't. So
A lot of people get pissed about stuff like that, and but like he does what I do, where he literally says, "This is my experience with the knife." And I say it in every video. You got to take what I tell you as my experience with the knife cutting is this. I've done no cutting with this.
You didn't
Okay.
say you feather sticked a bunch of wood.
So
He never
now
said
you
that.
take that into consideration with the rest of what I say. And if you want to know about the cutting, you go find a video about the cutting. Like, I'm not here to make the over-encompassing video about this one knife, and it has to include every detail or it doesn't count. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I'm doing this for fun. What I like about the knife is what I like about knives is what you're going to get from me from a review, from a video. You know what I mean? And it's the same with her. Like, she likes all that cutting shit and whatever, but like, I wouldn't fucking listen to her when it came to fidgety shit. Like, if I wanted to know how fidgety a knife was, I would never go to that channel. It's the same fucking concept.
Exactly.
Well,
and there's room for both.
Before you review that knife in your hand, you need to lash it to a pole and go trout fishing with it. But I'm pretty sure.
You know what, guys?
I'm in every video about
I can no longer stomach this. I'm not taking any more free shit, so you guys can't have any stuff anymore. Sorry. No longer doing any giveaways. So we're gonna wrap it up, and we're gonna shut the channel down.
Don't let it get to you, Kevin.
I gotta send all my money back to China. They sent me for the month.
Oh shit! You couldn't wait 5 years, Kev? What the hell, dude?
I don't even know what the 5 years is.
Well, you think fucking owning a few knives makes you an engineer? How the hell are you gonna have a damn knife company?
I am an engineer, man. I don't understand that either, because like you don't need to be an engineer to have a knife.
I was like, did she not realize
That's their
how many
job.
knives
You're
out there?
paying them to do their job, which is to make the knife, which includes the engineering portion of it.
Yeah.
I don't think she realizes exactly how many knives there are out there that are just designed by somebody and then OEM'd overseas.
Or OEM'd anywhere.
Yeah.
But my biggest takeaway from it is, and I have nothing against her. I like honestly could care less about this. And honestly, Jake would just fucking laugh. But like, my takeaway from it is, you turn down a review of a knife. You turn down taking a loaner to help a custom maker out because you didn't like a guy who had the knife first. Like, that part is where I'm like, you can have you can hate all the shit about Jake you want, but like, you're kind of fucking that other guy over for no reason.
Well, somebody commented
that part
on the
was
video.
like, okay, so your personal whatever is more important than the community that you're talking about, essentially.
The guy reached out to you for a little help getting some exposure for his knife. And I doubt he wanted you to use it for 8 months and then report back because he would have gone broke by then.
Somebody commented and asked her why she wouldn't review it just because he had reviewed it. She said, because I'm not on the same tier as him. I don't want anything to do with the stuff he does. Some crap. It didn't make any sense.
All right. Anyway, she's not here. I'm not talking shit. I'm just good video. Great video. Let's keep the positivity in the community rolling. Let's do that. That sounds just like the people who like assume you have to have an opinion on everything. Like the people who, when Hinderer goes after transparent knives, and if you don't fucking pick a side, you're like the devil. And it's like, some people just don't want to get in the middle of shit. Like,
you don't have to pick a side. You can love both the people equally and realize they got differences.
You can just not want to even get into the drama. And it's like, whoa, then you're a pussy because you're not picking side. And it's like, dude, come on. Like, just fucking, not everybody has to think like you. You know, that's the main thing here. And that's what's so good about people is we don't all think the same. That's why that's why shit gets done. That's why we have different ideas. Because we're not all fucking doing the same shit that you think we should do. Anyway. You guys have another topic we can move on to? That was weird. Where did that even come from? Should we talk about how awesome TRM is? Or
fuck yeah.
We could talk about Chinese knives. Jake, you, Casey, and many others took a risk and brought your idea to life. She has zero respect for the time, sacrifices, and monetary struggles associated with it. Yeah. I don't know. I get the whole America thing. There's, Shane's like that. It's, everything's got to be American made or it's not, but he's not like a dick about it or anything. I can still be friends with Shane and disagree on stuff like that.
Agree to disagree.
Exactly.
Although he was up for a pass around and he's like, no, I'm good on that. And I wonder if maybe he was like, Kev had that knife before me, so no way.
You got your fidgety, happy Kevy cooties all over.
Yeah, I touched the knife, so yeah, fucked it up.
I think she just needs to take 2 Midol, get her butthole tickled, and a hot soak. And
So, if anything, you should be happy. You would you'll know that nothing has been done to the knife. Like it's in pristine condition because I had it.
How far of a haul is Nashville, Tennessee for you? It's closer than Atlanta.
Who's asking that?
Me, because
November. It's probably like 9 or 10 hours.
Oh, is it that far? In November, the New York Custom City Knife or Custom Knife Show is going to be.
I don't get why it's in Nashville now.
Well, they're having it in New Jersey in February.
I think they're just going to
continue to do.
From what it looks like, they're just going to have a permanent one in Nashville and then take the New York one back to New York. So it's just going to be the Nashville Custom Knife Show from like here on out, and then they're going to take the other one back to New Jersey.
I mean,
and that was a fun, nice show to go to last year. I mean, we got to talk with a lot of makers. There was access to a lot of knives.
That's the problem, Autumn. To each their own is how we feel. That's not how everybody feels. And when people come along that are just like not to each their own, it's my way or the fucking highway, then it's frustrating. It is, I don't know. Jersey would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go in February, Lewis. We'll go to that one.
It's only one day in Jersey. It's Saturday, February 3rd, I think.
I agree. There's no conversing with people anymore. It's like everything turns into a fucking shitty argument, and then like you're like you've like now murdered 5 people because you disagreed that fucking chocolate ice cream is better than vanilla. It's like, how the fuck did I end up here? I just wanted to talk about chocolate versus vanilla.
You know, we ought
now
to
I'm like, now I'm a fucking like serial killer. Like, what happened?
yeah, we ought to all make videos shitting on people that actually test their knives.
Jesus. Hashtag use your shit. How much of the other things does he buy are made in China? Everything's sold at Walmart. Yeah, I know. That whole argument is fucking dumb, too. I mean, you're right, but I hate when people say that, too. It's like we're just succumbing to the bullshit that they're spewing when we do that. Your phone is Chinese. It's like you're doing the same fucking thing. It's just dumb. What up, Brian? One thing about OEM designs is that people sometimes blame the design for things that are the fault of the OEM. Lock failing on a frame lock is the OEM's fault. It has nothing to do with the design. Yeah, but if you're not a good enough engineer to make the knife, then it's your fault. But yeah, no, I would agree. Like, there's things like, okay, take the EMP, the Nimble X. I've heard a few people have detent lash, right? And that's not John's fault. Like, he didn't design it to have fucking detent lash. QSP didn't do a good enough job in QC, right? Or production to not have detent lash. Now, ultimately, it falls on John because it's his knife. He's selling it. But that's an example of what he's talking about. But that doesn't, I don't know. That doesn't make anything wrong with, like, John having the knife made. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's QSP. John's knife is excellent. I ain't doing the same shit. Just pointing out the hypocrisy. I know, man. I'm just saying, it all ends up in the same fucking. Either way, we end up in the deep end with that bullshit. I'd just rather ignore them. I'm curious to see what you think of the Damasteel. What Damasteel? You mean on the Praetheon? Because I ordered the Damasteel. I actually like Damasteel. I've been meaning to get a knife in Damasteel. I was this close to getting one of the mini Tempests in Damasteel when they dropped, but I'd already bought like 3 of these, and I don't know, it just
you
wasn't.
Need 4.
Yeah, so I don't know, I didn't. And did they do Jaegers in Damasteel? I don't know, but this just doesn't seem like a Damasteel knife. Seems like a user, This, I don't know. This is like, it's going to be an interesting one. I fucking love it, though, so it doesn't matter. I think it is a steel lock bar, so I wonder, even on the fancy ones, is it a steel liner lock?
You think it'd be a frame lock?
Does that even matter? Like, why the fuck do we care if we have titanium scales and all the shit we normally get, and then we just have a steel liner lock? Like, everybody wants a titanium liner, right? As for the fancy knives. Like this, for example, is a titanium liner lock. But then it's so thin they can't get an insert in there. So now you're using titanium on steel and you got to carbonize it. And honestly, isn't that worse? Like, why not just use fucking steel? The only thing I can think of is on a knife this small and thin, they thought the titanium's stronger, so maybe it's better. I don't know. But on a knife like this, doesn't it make sense to just do a nested liner and do it in steel? Like, you don't have to worry about lock stick issues because it's going to be steel. And you see the knives that are titanium liners, like the Axon or whatever, they have to be thicker to fit the insert in. And that's why a knife like the Axon is thicker than it needs to be, because they had to use thicker titanium to fit the steel insert in. Like the Avant, for instance, is just a titanium liner, but
Let's not talk
carbonized. Doesn't have an insert. So I don't know. I'm starting to think I'd rather just have the steel and move on. But I feel like it makes it seem less premium, you know? I bring that up because actually our knife, well, this knife, the Mash, we asked for titanium liner lock with a steel insert, right? And we asked for titanium liner, steel insert. Well, they took it as titanium scales with a steel liner. And now we're doing, a second version of the prototype. And we asked them to switch it because we wanted the titanium liner. And they basically said they'd have to make the knife like so much thicker to do that, because then they'd have to get that thick titanium liner in there to fit the insert in. So now your knife gets thicker, and it's like, well, that's not worth it. So then your options are titanium liner with no insert, carbonized face, which to me is not worth it, because you're going to have lock stick issues. You just are. You're going to have however many of them that just aren't perfect, and then you have lock stick issues. And that shit fucking pisses me off to no end when you have those issues. So we decided to just do the steel liner. I mean, I'm assuming it'll make the knife a little bit less expensive. And it honestly, does it take away from the premium feel of it? Everything else is still titanium and the M390 or whatever. It's just like a mental thing for us, I think. As
I think it'll be
knife
fine. I think you want it to function better.
Illuminati. Thanks, dude. That's like the thanks for becoming a member, bro. Appreciate that. It's like the Leon Ma Field Duty EDC. Oh, guys, go check out Illuminati Ninja's channel. He has a YouTube channel. Can somebody link that down below? That would be fantastic if somebody could link that. It's got a new channel. Check it out. Cool dude. I've chatted with him a little bit on Instagram. But like, I don't know. I just don't think it matters. MBK, yeah, they're using steel liners.
Well, bottom line, it doesn't matter, and people don't care what the function, or some people don't. It gives them some. Oh, it's got titanium liners. It doesn't matter, any of the other shit.
Little bit better clip, but awesome knife. What knife are you talking about? Are you talking about this? You want a better clip? Is that what you're asking for? We changed it to a wire clip. So it's going to be a reversible wire clip now on this one, if that's what you're talking about. And this was not the stock screw. It was actually flush. Like, where's the Praytheon? This one they got pretty basically flush. Can't even see the fucker. But the way it was on this, I fucking touched this, like pushed it, and the fucking screw head just, it was just like, it sounded like a cartridge coming out of a gun. It was just like, ta-ting, it fucking just like shot off. And it happened on both prototypes. And it's because they used a weak ass fucking screw head, I guess. So I put this bigger one in. It kind of reminds me of the Field Duty. If you guys have ever seen the Leon Mount Field Duty, it just has like a nub screw. So we changed it to a wire clip because they couldn't figure out a better way to mount it. Plus, I think because of that, that's part of the reason why they left so much fucking room down here. So I made sure they shrunk the handle down at least, like to here. It's going to help with a lot of things, I think. We did a whole bunch of fucking changes. So waiting on a second one. No, wire clip, I like that one better. Well, It's too bad. We already changed it.
Well, maybe you should become an engineer and design your own knife.
Yeah. It was just the way it's just the way to go, man. I know some people just hate wire clips, but I love them, man. I love them. And, you know, our knives all have reversible clips. So it's like the wire clip is just so good for that. And then you can use the lynch clips and shit, you know, to swap it out and you're good. Then you get your milled clip. I don't know. I just prefer that.
When you're designing any product, you have 100% chance of pissing 50% of the customers off.
Oh, yeah. You're never going to get everybody. What up, Ross? Go check out Happy Haptics EDC. It's got a
We were
Fidget.
checking out Happy
channel.
Haptics earlier.
There you go. Chaz says whether the liner is steel or titanium is make or break depending on price. Doesn't matter for you, though, because I'll buy it anyway. Whether the liner is steel or titanium is make or break depending on price. See, why? Like, why? If I give you a titanium liner lock knife, inset liner lock knife with M390 steel, right? And it cost, I don't know, $250, I mean, these days, any of these knives that are designed by somebody like me and then sold, they're like starting at $300, $350 these days, right? I mean, the Praytheon, it's a fucking perfect example. It's literally titanium scale. Now, this is the G10 one, but the titanium scaled one with 20 cb blade is $350, and I'm pretty sure it has a steel liner. It's like the going rate is $300 to $350 these days, right? So I don't think it meant like so. So what I'm saying is, I think most people at that price would expect it to be a titanium liner and have an insert or something like that. I said exactly why I didn't buy it. See, people think like this. This is why I brought it up. I think I was thinking like that, Chaz, until I started like having knives made and understanding the process a little better, I think. Now, I don't think we're going to charge $350. Like, I don't think we ever would have, because it's Kubi, and Kubi's pricing's a little less. Now, if we switch OEMs, that'll change. But with Kubi, it was probably always going to be $250, you know. But I don't think because this one little liner is steel instead of titanium, I don't think it makes a difference.
Put Happy Haptics shit up there, dude.
Just rewound the live quickly to get you up to get up to date. Looks like you guys are having an emotional Saturday movie night together with Little Miss hates herself. I feel like I missed out hard. Oh man. Isn't the steel liner a concern for rust? I don't personally care that much. I mean, if you're worried about rust on a knife, then yeah, you probably wouldn't want to. I don't think your liner's going to rust very easily. I'm the king of rust and shit, but it's because your blade is sticking out. And that, you know, that's in your pocket and you're sweating or whatever. But like the stuff in there, I don't think is much to worry about. That is a good question, but then wouldn't your lock bar insert be a concern then? In this, you know, I don't know. So what I'm saying is, wouldn't you rather have the knife stay thin and lighter and just have the steel instead of having it get thicker just to get that fucking? Or it has to stay thin and be titanium with carbonite, which to me, I feel like having a carbonized titanium liner is worse, honestly, than having a steel liner that's fucking steel, because you're not going to have lock stick issues. Because the titanium and the steel is more of a mental bougie thing versus a function thing, where steel being better against lock stick is a functional thing, which to me makes more sense, right? And I'm sure nobody's following me anymore, but I don't know. Well, I guess what I'm saying is I think I'm converting to where I don't give a fuck. Now, if the whole knife, if there's a ton of steel in it and you're cutting corners on shit, yeah. But if it's one fucking liner, because that's all you have in there, like we only have one side is a liner, like one side has a liner in here, and it has the lock bar. If that's steel, like I don't think I care.
Well, if you're running the risk of your stainless steel liner rusting, you probably need to take better care of your knives anyway.
But yeah, if you're doing like we're trying right now, I don't know if it'll happen. We're trying to get prototypes from Kunwu of the stout in Vanex. And had this been a liner lock, yeah, I would have done everything in my power to make sure it was titanium because with the Vanex, I'm obviously shooting for it to be like a rust-proof knife. You know what I mean? But if it's just another knife, it's not like, a rust-proof knife, then I don't think it matters, He says, completely agree with the liner comment. Such a minimal overall difference in the build, and it's not even a material that gets interfaced with, literally hidden under the scales. It's for spec, yeah. But some people care about that, I guess.
Dylan Mallory
you
did
can
it
buy
for
an F5 for a little more with titanium liners. Yes, and I will admit, the F5 is one knife that has titanium liner that I've never had one with lock stick. Now, I've had ones with shitty detents and other issues, but never had one with lock stick. But that is fucking rare, dude. I've seen Avants have lock stick. I've had to return one of these because it had lock stick. I've had customs that were titanium that had way too much lock stick. Trying to think of other examples. Oh, the Richard Rogers OEM Slim, dude. I literally I owned 3 of them and I sold them all, and it was always because of lock stick, because they used the titanium liner and they couldn't fit an insert because it wasn't thick enough. So they had to carbonize the lock face. And these companies suck at carbonizing lock faces, apparently. And the other problem is you can't oil your knife. You oil your knife at all, and you get fucking oil. It sprays out when you flick it or whatever, and it gets anywhere near the lock bar, you're fucked. Personally, I think I'd actually prefer steel. So, like, the Praetheon here feels just as premium as any other fucking higher-end liner lock I've handled. Yet it's got a steel lock bar, and I never have to worry about lock stick. So, like, I don't know.
I say
like,
whatever works best for your specific application, use that.
Right. But I'm saying I have to use my marketing brain, right? I'm trying to sell shit. Is it going to turn that many people away because it's steel instead of titanium? And I think the answer is no. I think Chaz is like me, is sort of an outlier. Like, we care about dumb shit like that. A lot of people, probably 70% of people, don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. They're just like, oh, the liner's titanium? What? Like, they don't fucking care.
And
they might care if the
percentage of
scale
those people
was
that
steel
think
instead of
titanium is important are going to end up being customer service issues.
Right.
Because,
dude, the fucking lock stick shit, dude, I will never in my life make a fucking titanium liner knife that does not have an insert, ever. You'll never see me do that because the lock stick issues, it's not worth it. You're going to have so many returns and issues because of lock stick. It's, like, for example, what happens if there's a burr, like, right? So you got a burr on your lock bar or something, and the person goes, oh, I'll just sand it off. You sand the burr off, boom. You just sanded the carbonization off, and now you got fucking lock stick for days, and you got to get it recarbonized. It's just like, it's stupid. I'd rather just have steel in there. But there are cases for it like this where I think it's just such a thin liner that they had to do titanium to keep it strong.
Well, not to mention they probably zipped too much of the damn lock face off anyway, so now they got lock rock and lock stick.
My Wingman MT&T didn't have lock stick. Yeah, mine didn't either. That one, that was just a tie liner. You could do wood liners, and I'll still buy it. Thanks, dude. I don't know. I think it's a good discussion. And yeah, Naf, Riyadh is one of the best at it. But like I said, I've had a Barlow I had to return because of it, and they made this. I've had the Avant have stick. I've heard of other people having the Avant have stick. I've heard of other knives. But there's also ones like the F5, the MT&Ts, that the Mach or whatever, the Mach. Are they all? No, the Mach 3s are subframe lock. So it's just the Mach 1s. Haven't had any issues I've heard of, but I'm guessing that's why Leon Ma did it on the Field Duty 3.0 or whatever, 3.5. Because that's a steel liner, I heard. It's not going to be titanium. And I think it was because Riyadh told him they'd have to make it thicker to fit the insert into the titanium. So he just went with steel. And, like, that's the thing, Chaz, or whoever. I'm just talking to Chaz because I know he can handle me fucking talking to him and not get all upset. If the case is there where I can use titanium with an insert, I'm going to do it, of course. I think the one we're doing with Best Tech, that's what we asked for. So we'll see if they did it. Now they've done it a few times, so maybe that helps too. I don't know. Where Kubi's never done it, I think I've only ever seen them do steel liners.
Well, it's because they're not engineers.
But like, if you can do it, do it. But if it's to a point where my knife has to get thicker to do it, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to do steel. I'd rather have the knife be as thin as I want it, you know? All right. Have I beaten that dead horse enough yet, guys?
What would be the cost savings in a titanium to a steel liner? Is it even something?
I don't know.
I bet it's negligible.
Kubi didn't ever think it was titanium, so
I bet you it's negligible.
I'm sure it would be pretty negligible, just like most things. It's going to be more than, like hardware going from steel to tie, because, hardware is there's a lot less of it on a knife, but it could not be more than like $5 or $10 or something per knife.
I would think on the high end, I would think it would be less than $1.
Honestly, yeah.
What's going on,
I don't think it would be a lot.
I
What's up,
said,
Stevie?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I don't know. I really wish more of these would offer a more budget-friendly version of their knives in their pre-orders. I could swallow 50 to 100 way more often than 250. Yeah, Terry, you're going to have to find the brands that are going to offer budget products like Casey. His item is like his knife design is a budget knife. It's not meant to be premium. When you want to do premium materials, you can't also do the budget because it really bumps your minimum up. So like for Casey, for example, he has to order 600 knives. I'd rather have to order 300 and sell them for 250 than have to order 600 and sell them for 80. You know what I mean? That plus me personally, as a knife guy, I prefer premium stuff. So that's what I'm going to design and sell, right? Now, with that being said, we have a budget knife coming, the Growler, which should be right around $100. But we're not doing a pre-order. We're just ordering those. That's the other thing with that, Terry, is you're not going to have pre-orders for budget. There's going to be less pre-orders for budget stuff because the companies are just buying them because they're cheaper. You can just buy them, right? I think that's got a lot to do with it. I don't know. But you have people like Blade Banter who did the Solaris, and he wanted it to be like affordable, and it was like $80. You have people like Casey doing the Pinion,
Asher.
and Asher, but that's not a pre-order.
No.
Damn Designs does some pre-orders for budgety stuff. I think it's just less likely that you see pre-orders at all for budget stuff, and that's why you're not seeing it from these boutique brands. Plus, with a boutique brand, because they're going through an OEM, it makes everything more expensive. So, like, the price is gonna be higher. Yeah, Kvist is one. The new Bridgeport knife, the 395, is a pre-order coming up. So there are a good number of them, honestly, coming.
I say everybody just quit being
like
sticky
5.
fingers and freaking make their own knives if they're going to design them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's the other thing is, I don't know how. Like, if I made the knives myself, you know, it would. So if I do the pre-order and I sell 600 knives, right? How long you think it'd take? 5 years for me to make them all by hand, like in my basement? Would you guys be okay waiting 5 years for your knife? I'll make them. I'll make them all myself. If you guys right now, if you guys all vote that you want me to make the stouts myself, I'm gonna cancel the order with QSP and I'll make them in my basement. But I'm estimating 10-year window.
But how much time are you going to spend in the woods with them before you sell them?
Well, I got to review it for 8 months and then I got to make it. So and I got to make a prototype out of wood. Then I got to beat that up for 8 months. Then I got to make a prototype out of G10. 8 months. It's definitely going to be 10 years.
Okay.
So if you guys are cool with
in the meantime, don't be accepting no free shit.
What's up, Zach?
I've put a decline on all Chinese checks coming in, so you're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, what up, Zach?
Zach man.
Probably weren't expecting this, but here's your cat anus and ball sack swing. DSKFS, baby.
Any day with a cat anus and ball sack is a good day.
Yeah, cat anus emoji needs to be added.
Yeah. I need to tighten this pivot. It's loose on the Praetion. And I don't have a fulcrum, man. I feel like a failure not having a fulcrum here. I don't have a single Torx tool in this room.
It's not the not having a fulcrum thing that makes you a failure, Kev.
You're funny. I just tightened it by hand, actually. Ha ha! Failure that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I review this now? I just tightened it by hand. I mean, that should count. That should remove about 7 months worth of me.
Once you sharpen that burn edge off and cut some cardboard, we'll talk.
So here's the thing, Ian. I love it too, but I do think $190 for G10 and S35 is a little pricey. And I'm not saying he shouldn't do it. I'm on the record saying it's going to be his best-selling knife or most popular knife. Should be the same thing, right? Because he's offering that. But me personally, I would, if I'm going to spend $190 on this G10 and S35, that's how my brain works. I'd rather just bump it up to $350 and get titanium and 20 CV. You know what I mean? If it was $150, I think I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll get one just to get one, or I'll get, you know what I mean? Do you guys think $190 G10 and S35 EN? And I'm not dissuading people. Go fucking buy one. This thing is sick, and it's worth the $190. But like the way my fucking caveman brain works is, I could add $160 and I could get titanium. And I could get 20 CV, you know?
I like your style, Kev.
Did you order one, John?
No.
Are you gonna? Are you not interested? Like, what's your objection, sir?
No objections. It's just I'm just now becoming exposed to it, and your influence videos haven't sunk into my brain yet to make me just go find one. I guess I
You know
haven't
what
been exposed to it
it
enough.
you know what it reminds me of? This is gonna be weird, all right?
The
I
Gaffco
feel like
thrusher.
if you took a Todd knife and tool knife and you smashed it together with a Ferro Forge knife, I think that's what this is.
I can see that.
Yeah. Yes,
And it's
not my
fucking
bag,
awesome. Now, and I know why Stevie loves arcane design, because that's why. Because it's the two of his fucking favorite designers right there is Todd Knife and Tool and Ferrum Forge, and you put them together and you get a Praetheon. I felt the same way of the value of the Praetheon and went with Ty, yeah. Because you haven't tested it yet. Are you gonna order it, John?
No. WWTD. No, I'm not going to be ordering it. Hashtag WWTD.
All right, you're not ordering it. You sure?
I'm positive. And that
You're
is
gonna
my
order-
final answer.
You're gonna order one,
Another influential video.
John. You need one of these. Just trust me. You
It
need
looks
one.
nice. It's
But-
just right now it's not speaking to me in a language that resonates.
What language do you speak, Praetheon?
I'm
Klingon.
trying to speak more specific knives instead of more knives. That's why I'm thinking about thinning my herd. That's just an experiment. I'm doing a 24-hour with this thing on Instagram to see if it sells, to see if I like selling knives. And if I do, and if it does sell, I'm going to bring out the arc form, the tough knives.
That's a good one. It's just flipper only. That's the problem with
Yeah.
it.
Well, I probably won't sell it because I'm probably going to take my Tempest down shortly because it makes me nervous thinking somebody might want it.
And it's a lazy flipper too.
You're the worst at selling stuff. You just don't want to sell it. You don't have the right. You don't have the right mojo to sell.
I'm trying
You
to get it back.
You don't
Well,
really want to sell it. Guys, this might get me in trouble with somebody, but maybe we should cut something with this. I don't want to tarnish my reputation, but
Dude,
I would need something to cut. You think I
you
could
could
cut?
probably just swing a ball sack around a little bit. Dude.
You think I could cut paper towel?
it's got to be super sharp.
Can't cut paper towel.
That's like shooting pool with a rope.
I don't have anything to cut, man. I wish I did.
Well, you try.
Oh wait,
What's up, Chris?
I got a sticky note because in the unboxing I did, it was ridiculous.
I was saying that, Terry. Ultem was on my drip tips.
There it is. I can now review it. I've cut paper with it.
Hashtag you have used your shit.
I mean, for me, that's pretty much what I do before a review.
But then it's not a review.
It's an
I mean, it is. That's the other thing is it's the use case is what it is to you. So, like me personally, the guy reviewing the knife, what I do with knives is what I do with a knife that I review. So, like in the like, right? So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
You're preaching to the choir, dude. What's up,
makes
Cuba?
no fucking sense. But
Cue ball.
it's a hollow grind, dude, and it's fucking sick. Dude, it's nasty, Troy. You're gonna love this thing, dude. And it fits your slips. So check this out.
He said, "Don't cut your foot." Yeah.
That's one advantage of a slip joint. If you drop it, it won't open on you. You won't have to dance on it.
There we go. Check it. That's the laid back jack slip.
Howdy, Todd
Fits in
Carr.
there pretty perfectly.
Brother Todd.
And then you have the sharpshooter slip. So you
Are
could
they all
literally
slightly different slips?
you could just make the sharpshooter slip, Troy. I don't even think you need to change anything. I would actually like it just like this because I can grab and pull out. Boom. Good to go. So if you wouldn't mind, Troy, make a slip for this. But what you got to do is you got to make it for you because I already talked to Troy. It's probably going to be his. So see what happens. Because I want that purple fat carbon. So did you see a bunch of people comparing Ultem piss color? So here's the thing. I trademarked that. It's called pea plastic. And no, I mean, who in their right mind wouldn't look at it and go, that looks like piss plastic? That's exactly what it is. It's piss colored plastic. Right?
Right.
Yeah. What colorway? What do you mean? Oh, for the slip? You said laugh out loud true. That's my yeah. So you choose, dude. But I need a slip that matches the purple one. That's all I ask. Is that you make two and you make one that's like gonna go with the purple fat carbon, and then I'm good. Because I need to keep my collection going. I got the matching slip for the fat carbon. It's the way to go. Jeremiah coming in. Congratulations on the knives and happy 4th. Thanks, dude. Just hit myself in the face.
Swinging nuts. That's priceless.
Yeah, dude, this is what it's going to look like. So imagine that. Hold on. Imagine that on this. Oh my God. It's going to look good.
Oh, still.
It's going to look so good. Love this knife, by the way. Custom variant. I haven't carried it in a while, honestly.
You should probably sell it.
No. This one's special. It's number 22, and it's a custom. Jacob's a great dude. I'll sell it tomorrow.
You're just building value now.
I mean, I could easily sell it for. I could probably make a couple $100, but like I don't want to.
It's a beautiful.
I can't believe his prices. Like this was $300. You know.
For a custom, that's insane.
Yeah. Yes, it is. But that's the cool part. And he's like not really making them anymore. So it being one of like 30 is pretty good. You know. I do have the Kvist PE too.
They feel a bunch different, don't they?
I mean, yeah, it's different than the custom. I mean, it's very similar in hand and everything, but I mean, it's production versus custom. It's not that far off, though. I mean, it's still really good. Can't wait for the PE2s to come out. I'll bet you that his fucking PE2s ship before our stouts, even though he ordered them like a month after us.
Which are the ones that have the jimping in the front flipper? Are those the PE2s? The one like
Yeah.
Colt got? Okay.
Yep. Yep. It was $89 on pre-order. I don't know about after, but I want a production run Kvist, but I'm always a long curly hair too late when I look on his site. What? A production run Kvist? He did a whole pre-order for like a week and a half. But Kev is teabagging himself. Yep.
That's just
All right. If your piss is that color, you need to hydrate, Kev. Everybody fucking says that. Oh my God. You guys get the goddamn point. What's up, Dougie Fresh? How are you, man? It's my man, Doug. What time is it? 11:30. So, I didn't even tell you guys the news because it doesn't fucking matter. But so we all have COVID here.
Oh
Do
no!
you really?
Yeah, so that's what I had earlier this week when I wasn't
That,
feeling
that
well.
thing that you were like, I don't think it's COVID.
Yeah, exactly. I woke up. So Monday, I just felt really tired. Like I was oddly tired. And I did say at one point, like, I guess I was like, I guess it could be COVID because of how tired I was. I kind of remembered it from when I had it last year. But I had it last year really bad. Then I got the booster after 3 months because I was like, I'm not fucking around. I don't want that shit again. That was like in January, and I had nothing since. But yeah, Monday I was like super tired, and then Tuesday, like I knew I would wake up Tuesday sick in some way, right? But usually when that happens, I wake up and I got like the sore throat, the crazy nasal drip, and the fever and shit. And it was like it was a lot milder than that. Like my throat didn't really hurt. I just had some congestion, and I had like a headache and shit. It wasn't terrible, but like it was. I worked Tuesday and Wednesday, but it was just rough, and I was just popping Advils and shit for those 2 days. And then Thursday I started feeling better. Like, but it's just been like sinus shit since, and a little bit of, whatever. And then yesterday I felt better. And then today I feel even better, but like, it's just sort of nose stuff now. And then my wife she woke up with it on Thursday, I think. Maybe it was Friday. So then last night I went out to get something. I wanted to get the kid cough medicine or something. She was like coughing in her sleep. My wife was worried, so I was like, I'll run out. And everything was fucking closed, which is weird. It was like 10:30 on a Friday. Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, everything's closed. The grocery store. Maybe I just don't go out enough. And I come home and my wife's taking the test. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it's been like our kid. She had like a runny nose and shit starting like last Thursday. My wife went on a bachelorette weekend and I was alone with her. And she had like a runny nose the whole weekend. But that was it. It was just like a runny nose. And then I woke up Monday with whatever. And the kid has had a cough for a few days. Like, when I say cough, I mean like every once in a while she's like, and you could hear a little bit of congestion. And otherwise she's fine. But anyway, my wife took the test and was positive. And then this morning I took one and I was positive. And I was like, oh, that's what it was. And now I feel bad because I was like going to the post office and shit all week. Like I was just being normal. I'm a super spreader apparently. And I feel bad because I'm like in line at the post office and my kid's like coughing in the stroller. Like this lady saying hi to her, and she's like, and I'm like blowing my nose, and like I just thought it was a summer cold, like. But I guess because of the booster and having it last year, maybe it just made it way milder. Plus, the strains are way milder now.
They're different.
I honestly didn't think it was that because it wasn't bad. Like I remembered it being fucking deadly, dude. That shit sucked. So anyway, if I sent you a package or if you win tonight, that's up to you if you care, if you want to fucking sanitize it or something. From what I understand, unless I like spit in there and it comes to you wet, you're fine. Like,
Man,
don't
you're doing
worry
a
about
service.
it.
You're just helping people build up their immune system. So
Yeah. But like it can't survive on shit like that. But I'm just telling you because because we're sick and I felt like telling you. And two, if you get a package, just if you feel like putting it in the microwave or burning it or spraying it with alcohol before you open it, feel free. Now you have the information. But I almost felt like I was like, should I go through all the packages I've shipped and message these people? And I'm like, I've sent like 30 packages since this happened. Like, it's just not worth it. But if anybody's watching, if I sent you something, There you go.
Sick.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's like AIDS and you like have to go back in and notify all your sexual partners.
Right. Plus, everybody fucking has it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally everybody has it right now.
Newsflash, we're gonna have it forever.
Yeah. It's
I'm a terrible reviewer because I have COVID.
What's up, Lacey Lace?
COVID is never going away. Going to be just like the flu. Yeah, but here's the thing. If this was it, like it was literally like getting sick 5 years ago. Like it's just I had a headache and I felt like shit for 2 days. I still worked. And then I have some sinus shit going on and it'll slowly just go away. Like I don't understand. Like, yeah.
Have you ever had like a full blown influenza though? That shit'll make you feel like you're dying.
It's the worst
I mean,
thing
yeah.
I've done.
The same
Well,
thing.
I had fucking COVID last year.
Right.
It sucked ball sack because it was the like I don't know. I just think at this point, I think that when this all started, we should have just done the whole herd immunity thing. We should have just let it run its course, but we like fucking locked ourselves up and all we did was delay it. Like, but I guess their point was they wanted to delay it long enough to have people be vaccinated and take less of a hit, I guess. I don't know.
No.
Anyway, I don't want to have a political conversation. It's the 5th subvariant of the 8th wave of the 11th original variant. Yeah.
But is it numbered?
Each new strain seems to have gotten milder. Exactly.
Because
Got the
monkeypox
vid
is
from
stepping
shot
up.
last 2 trips. What? Oh, got you. Shot show, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, I think my kid brought it home from daycare. Like that's the other thing. Daycare hasn't said a word all week. I mean, she's had
It
that.
could have
Like,
been the trip,
what trip?
the bachelorette party.
No, because my daughter had the runny nose and shit. Like she had it when my wife left for the trip.
But you don't know
I
if
was
that
here
was
that weekend,
COVID.
and then I woke up Monday with it. My wife got home Sunday. There's no way.
Oh, gotcha.
And my wife didn't get sick until now, so I think the trip delayed it for her. Like,
Gave her a little.
yeah, like I ended up giving it to her earlier this week instead of my daughter giving it to her like she did to me. Quit watching the stupid news. COVID was a joke.
Get them.
I actually don't watch any news, so. But I don't think it was a joke, but I think it was.
It was just new. We didn't have anything to handle it.
Anyway.
But but we only watch reputable YouTubers. That's our only.
Yeah, that sucks there now. I know for every person who says it was a joke and it was nothing, there's a person who says I almost died or I knew somebody who died. Like, so it's not, it's just, but we don't need to talk about it anymore. My bad. I just think, but I think our daycare doesn't care because like she had that cough all week and they never said a word to us.
Well, when I had it last year and I had to call human resources because I work for a big company and I had to do this mandatory quarantine. It was a whole thing, right?
Right.
And so when I got it 2 weeks ago, I called. Totally different. What would you call it? Procedure or not procedure? Totally different protocol. Exactly. And it's because just like it's dropped out of the news, I'm convinced that it's real, but the way that us as a whole, from corporations through government, deal with it is basically how we choose to, which is not say much, not let it interrupt anymore.
Right.
Which we should have been doing all along, but we won't talk about it anymore.
Yeah. I don't have a bear. I sold it. Because the only slip joints I need are the Jack Wolves. And I had multiples of those. All I'm keeping are the fat carbon Jack Wolfs. So I'll have one of each fat carbon one, and that's it. Because there's no point. I don't carry the ones that aren't fat carbon because I have the fat carbon ones. You know, it's like, they don't want to alert parents and make less money on daycare. That's not true, Luke, because even if they shut down, you're paying. They don't lose money, dude. Unless they get shut down like long term. But if they get shut down for like a month, you have to pay them for that month. I think they're not doing anything unless somebody tells them, hey, we have a positive test. Like a few weeks ago, my kid had a fever and they sent her home. And then we brought her back. Like it was right before a weekend. So, and then she was fine like a day later. And then it was like 3 days later, it was Monday. And we brought her in and they basically told my wife there was a kid who had COVID last week. But they didn't tell us that when it happened. They don't like the word COVID, I bet, in daycares because it can cause the shutdowns or whatever, right? But they're not going to lose money. It's just because it's at this point, you should be vaccinated if you want to be. If you're not, that's your choice, right? But you have enough people now can be vaccinated, have boosters, whatever. So if you get it, this is what happens. It's probably going to be a milder strain, and my kid is perfectly fine. Like she's healthy. She has a little bit of a cough. Like she had a runny nose for whatever. Like it's barely affecting the kid, right? And the parents might get a little sick, and then you move on with your life. Like instead of fucking shutting down your life for 2 weeks and taking them out of daycare, and then we got to take off work, and if you're healthy the whole time, it'd be like, what the fuck is going on? So I think places are just wising up. Is that a term? Smartening up.
Well, hell, I don't like the word COVID. It's kind of like transom. It's a dumb word.
I like Corona better.
Whatever your opinion is fine. That's great. Like, I'm not here to tell you that I'm right because I honestly don't know shit. I'm just telling you my, like, experience and stuff. It's kind of how I do my reviews, you know. I don't know shit. I tell you my experience. You can take it or leave it. You don't have to burn the channel down. You can just move along if you don't like it. I would suggest getting some cheaper slip joints to see if you're into them before buying an expensive one. Hell no. Todd, you go right for it. There's really no like super expensive slip joint. I mean, there's customs, but like what the Jack Wolf is under 300. Like, and if you're used to buying expensive folders, like that's not that bad, and that's probably like the top ones you can get. The GECs don't even cost that much new. But if you're looking for a budget one, QSP is coming out with the Hedgehog. I'm guessing it'll be like $70 in 14C and micarta, and it's wonderful. It really is. The only negative I have is, well, there's two. Is it's a little thick for me. I like in the slip, I want it to be pretty thin so it just disappears in my pocket. Some people don't care about that. And the spring is a little light from, I call it from half stop to open. I call it on the way out. So on the way out, it's a little bit light. And I feel like that could be an issue if you're putting pressure back here. Like in the unboxing, I accidentally like did this and it fucking like, I was just testing it and it like went to half stop. Luckily, my fingers, shout out to Tri-State EC. Luckily, my fingers were underneath the bolster. That's the rule, I'll tell you, is if you're going to do the one-hand shit. Now, like, I'm too much of a bitch. Like, I don't have strong enough fingers to do it, really. This knife I could, but, like, you could do it like this. Watch. Instead of doing this and using your thumb, do this and use your index finger, and no fingers are in the way, and then adjust and do that. But anyway, what I always say is keep your hand under the bolster line. So if I go to half, under the bolster line, you're not going to get cut. Does that make sense? Unless it like bounces down and then comes back, but I doubt it. You'd have to really hammer it. But it's centered. The walk and talk is really good. The only sort of fit and finish thing you can see is you might be able to see a little bit of a gap here. You see the line right there between the spring and the frame.
I can't even see it.
I don't know where the lighting, like, it's weird. All right, I'll zoom in. I'll show you. All right. So, can you see the line a little bit?
Yeah.
Here and here. See it?
Yep.
So when I go to half stop, it'll still be there. Get my face out of here. See it?
Yep.
And when I go to open, it's gone. It's like flush, basically.
Oh,
Well, look, it's still there a little bit, I
a
guess.
tiny bit, but not nearly.
In my unboxing, it was going flush.
Almost stabbed me.
Mm-hmm. Pull the chair.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I mean, it's basically flush, honestly. And you can see it a little bit on half stop and close. So it's really just like that minor detail where if you look at this knife, you'll see. Now, part of it's going to be because it's different colors. It's a lot less obvious. But you'll see it's fully flush there. If I go to the half stop, it's fully flush. And then if I open, it's fully flush. I mean, you can barely see the seam right here where the blade is touching the spring. I mean, it's incredible. So, but $275 knife versus $70 one or whatever. You know, let me get my freaking face out of here. Sorry. That's not abnormal. What is it? Perfectly fine. No, I didn't say it wasn't fine. I'm just saying, like, that's the one, like, little fit and finish thing you could argue is not perfect. But it's a $70 fucking production slip joint. You know what I mean?
You shit all over it and you haven't even used it, so.
John, you can do this all night. I love it. Oh, my God. Shit all over it. I haven't even used it. I did cut a piece of paper in the unboxing, so I could essentially do a full review.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
Buck 112, much worse. Well, that's a backlog. But what I'm saying is the seam is okay. Yeah, the seam is fine. I'm just saying if you're some crazy slip joint guy, like that might be one thing you'd point at. I'm not trying to say it's a problem. Have you guys seen these? The Grambo knives.
Is that the one with the weird pivot that you
This
can
is
see
tie
through?
with an insert. Weird pivot? Yeah, it's like a hex or something. Yeah.
And one side has a pivot area in it.
As a what?
Tooling for a pivot for like a T8. Or is it just a spreader? Yeah, it's a spreader.
I mean, it does that. You could put a Allen key in here on one side, and you could put a flathead on the other. Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I like it a lot. If I was into the design aesthetic, I would definitely recommend buying it, or I would buy it. I love the lock because I think I would call it a bolster lock, even though it looks like a liner lock. I've had this conversation, but check it out. So it looks like a liner lock, right?
Right.
Would you agree?
Yes, it does.
100%.
Here, I'll zoom in again so you can get a better view.
Oh.
Actually, I'll make myself big too. That's what she said. All right, there we go.
Okay.
You said,
So-
but you brought it up, Kev. So it really does bother me. It doesn't bother me. I'm just saying it would be something. See, this is what happens when I review knives. All right. Anyway, you see the liner lock, right?
Yeah.
Well, so first I was like, it's a liner lock. Then I looked harder at it, and you can see the frame is right here, and the liner actually breaks off of the frame. So technically, it would be a subframe lock in that case, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct?
You are. Don't make it.
Because it's not a.
You don't have to
it's
make
not-
it any bigger.
It's not a mounted liner, which is what makes it a liner lock, right?
Correct.
If it's cut from the frame, it's a frame lock, and it's underneath, so it'd be a subframe lock. Okay, that's where I got to. And then I looked at it. You see this screw? And you see that screw under the clip?
Right.
That's a piece of titanium that's put on top of the frame, which to me makes it a bolster. Therefore, this is a bolster lock.
Definitely
That's my
unique.
logic. What?
Definitely unique.
Yeah, that's my logic. What do you guys think? Would you stick with subframe lock, or
I
would
think
you go
that's
that far?
Frame lock.
Yeah, or just frame lock.
I think it's a bolster lock. So that's my crazy explanation. I'd love to hear in the comments what some people think.
But if you on a bolster,
It's a
lock,
frame lock
normally-
with a titanium insert on top of the scale.
on a bolster lock, the scales.
It
normally
is
it's
the
a full
frame, the
scale, and it gives
overlay
you the look
is
of bolster.
separate. Right. And it has an overlay which covers the lock. So to me, that makes it a bolster lock.
But
Right?
no,
Like this is a bolster lock because you have a bolster and then you have a scale that covers a frame lock.
but on
Same
the
fucking
other one,
thing,
you don't have a bolster.
Except it's the same thing, except the scale on this one covers the whole lock. Have you taken it apart? No, it's not my knife. I can't. And I can't guarantee that that piece comes out, but I'm 90% sure it does because why would those two screws be there? Frame lock with overlay. Well, that would just make it a sub frame lock.
Well,
So Pokey Stuff says, I think it's a bolster lock. All right.
but there's no bolster. And
What do
that's
you mean? This piece is the bolster, I guess. I don't fucking know, man.
No,
I
the
don't,
bolster. All right,
I don't make this stuff up.
pick up the stout.
Wait, yes, I do.
You're making that up. Pick up the stout. Okay, see,
This
it's
is
got a
the
bolster.
bolster.
That's the bolster. Yes. The
Yeah.
other one does not have a bolster. It's just an overlay.
Therefore-
What? This is a bolster right here. Well, this would be the
No,
It's not a
bolster then.
bolster because see, it doesn't cover. It doesn't.
And
It'd
it's
be
on
on
the
both
show
sides.
side.
All right, well, then
it's
it's a subframe lock.
I think that's a
Then
closer
that
match.
makes it a subframe lock, right?
Right. Subframe, frame lock, or whatever.
The problem with the knife for me, the downside for me is the lock side scale does not allow for access to the stud. So as a lefty, the reverse flick is fine-ish. D10's a little tight for it, but the thumb flick, it's not great. And then as a righty, the reverse flick's like really uncomfortable. You have to really get in there because of where it's located. It's just like, I don't know if it would be just a me problem, but the thumb flick is like so good. And then you have a front flipper and you have really good action. I mean, I really like this thing. I just don't, the overall design isn't for me. It's got that Les George thing going on, and I just don't,
Josh.
it's not my style. I also don't like the real steel thing. It's got that poltergeist thing going on with the whole see-through
Yeah.
shit.
It's interesting.
What does that top screw on the bolster screw into? If the lock bar is underneath, what is the screw mounted to? Good point. There's actually a gap.
I think it's a scissor lock.
It's mounted to the frame. So scissor lock. Because the screw is this far back, it mounts into the frame because the lock bar is only cut out to like here. Does that make sense?
Yep. And the rest of it screwed in.
Yeah, like the lock bar goes to here, and this is just frame, and it screws into the frame. Good point, though.
So yeah, it's just a frame lock with an overlay.
Erica T2000 is being activated by this discussion. You guys are too much. Is there a subframe? What the fuck does that mean? Yes, essentially there is because the lock bar is cut out of it. Well, no, I guess it is you would say it's a frame lock with an overlay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I would say it's a scissor lock.
I think you're right. I think it is a scissor lock. I think
Isn't that what
Rambo sub overlay frame lock. Yeah, that might be right. What does he call it? I wonder. The knife definitely needs to be taken apart. Ask the owner. Nah. I'm sure somebody did it. A bunch of people had these. Then I really like the I'm actually more of a fan of this one, the Aceto. It's a fantastic blade.
Damn.
It's like a clip point, but it works so much better than most clip points because the tip the belly is here and then it goes straight and out to the tip. So you can get to that tip real easy where most clip points you can't. I did a reel on it yesterday, but
who makes that?
Damn, I like that.
Best Tech, it made all of these. And then there's a full tie version of the Aceto frame lock, which does feel a bit different. I prefer the bolster lock, even though it has a lighter detent. I just think it's a little bit nicer. You don't have to worry about the lock bar and stuff. But it's made really well. Good hollow grind. Great blade. I dig these, man. They're totally worth it if anybody's on the fence. Let's go check the website and see if he says what it is. Rambo. Gus has a cool name, Grambo. I think I did this already, though. Prototype, picture, look over the picture, list of changes. Yeah, see, it doesn't say. He was smart enough not to get into the weeds.
He didn't want a bunch of comments.
Oh, it's going to be hollow. Nice. Oh, but he made it thicker. Okay. T6 to T8's good. Logo from handle. Slots removed from hardware. Wait, what?
The hardware slots on the pivots.
This?
Yeah, maybe he's doing see the slots.
When he says slot, he means
the hinder looking thing.
Yeah.
I thought he meant the holes. The holes are still there.
It said hole.
So now it's going to say Grambo on the pivot, and the pivot's going to be and it'll just have that Allen key tool.
Right. It won't have the
Got it. I don't know. I kind of like it, but whatever. I kind of think it makes sense to have it in case something fucks up, you know. But
I think
he's doing torques.
Your little country neighbor down the road. That
James Brand hype or worth. So don't buy James Brand. So hold on. The James Brand Barnes is a fantastic knife. It's wonderful. It's way overpriced, but it's wonderful. So like if you can afford the Barnes and you want it, I can't tell you it's not a good knife. It's a great knife, but it should be like $450, not $650. All the other knives are shit. Like I've been told by a person who does OEM work, and I think they like actually maybe did the knife. I'm not sure, but they told me that Carter, the one they charge $160 for in VG10, it's like an axis lock knife with either G10 or micarta. That costs $17 to make, and they charge $160 for it. So, and if you look at the Redstone, that thing is a piece of garbage. Now, I didn't actually cut with it, so I guess I can't review it and say it's garbage.
You're not qualified to.
It's a piece of shit. Literal piece of like hot fucking garbage. And they want $90 for it. And it's literally made out of plastic and a folded piece of steel. And that's it. And then God knows what the fucking blade is. D2 probably or something. It's an inset liner lock.
Anybody who's watching or was watching Taylor Martin, that's who was buying them.
Who's buying them? Hipsters, man. People who their market is the guy who wants one knife. Like there's a culture out there of people who want to buy, and when they buy that one thing, they buy a nice one thing. Like where most people would go to Walmart and buy a throwaway knife and chuck it in their truck or whatever. This person would buy the most expensive knife as their one knife. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's kind of the hipster way.
You know what I just thought about?
And that's what James Brand's going after.
She's going to bitch at Jake for not using a knife before he reviews it. Taylor Martin doesn't even carry knives and he reviews them.
I didn't know it. What do you mean he doesn't carry them? He's just making shit up. Metal Complex trashed on those James Brand knives, which is pretty unusual. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody talks about how I trashed on the James Brand Redstone. Everybody talks about Metal Complex doing it.
It was usual for
more
you.
reputable than you. He does it. He's upfront about things.
I have always wanted the parts. Wouldn't spend $650 on it. I would buy it in a heartbeat if it was $450. They have a USA made one now? USA made what? Just knife? It is not a great rock climbing knife. It is not a great knife at all. It's literally plastic and folded steel with a shitty serrated blade. Like, no, I wouldn't trust it at all. Lefty trashed the James Brand. I did buy a Barnes and I loved it. It's a great fucking knife. I also used the discount. I think it's like welcome 10. You get 10% off your first order. So I paid $550 for the Barnes because it was $600 and everybody bitched about the price. So they pushed it up $50. Now it's $650. Like they're fucking assholes. Okay, Will, your statement makes it sound like I'm not fair. Because I'm fair. I'm honest.
He's fair. He trashes everybody. So,
I mean, if it's not good, I say it's not good. I don't know.
What the hell is all that clip?
I think fair is the wrong word. I think he's selective would be the way to put it. He said it himself. He just won't review the product or whatever. Although I think for a while he was reviewing the product and finding nice things to say about it. I think he's kind of decided not to do that now. I know that's what Slicey Dicey did. Look, everything was good.
It's a shit knife, but it's pretty.
I do try not to do it when it's like when I could affect somebody's company. Like if it's a prototype of something, you know what I mean? But that doesn't really happen because then I just won't be interested in checking it out, you know? I don't know, but whatever. Overly critical much? I'm never critical. He means MC sugarcoat shit. I bought a Redstone on secondary for $70, sold it for $50, and felt that was the best retail price. Dude, it was they sell them for $90. It's worth $10, maybe. He's on record saying I won't review a product I don't like. I don't know. I won't take a knife in I don't like. But if I take the knife in to review, I feel like I'm going to review it. I will talk shit on a knife. Easy. But it's usually going to be a Spyderco or a Kubi or a... Like, it's not going to be the Crawler or the Praetheon or whatever. Like, it's rare that happens. And when that happens, I'm just honest about how it's not for me. Just because something's not for me doesn't mean it's not good.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You're not really.
I just try to make it as obvious as possible that it's my opinion. It's not facts. You know what I mean? And maybe, I mean, obviously, Mental Complex has more sway, so maybe, you know, that's a different situation when you're in his situation. I don't know. I just feel like I'm going to review it. I'll review it. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of a time I shit on a smaller brand like this or something. I think I've shit on Damn Designs a few times, but like, I think Damn Designs can handle it, you know?
Yeah, they do their own shitting, so it's kind of a shit show.
Well, anything you have negative to say, if it's something that is going to, like, if it's going to bother somebody about the knife, then they're not going to buy it. If it's not something that bothers them, then they're going to buy it anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
And if I was a manufacturer, I would want that criticism. I would want to know what different people thought. Not that I'd change everything, but I would just want to know before.
I mean, I definitely am nitpicky about certain things, but like, I think people know that it's clear. Like, it's, I don't know. If you watch enough Lefty videos, you understand what I'll hate right away and ignore it if you don't mind that issue. So, like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Selective hearing.
If it's not something that's going to bother you about the knife, then you're going to buy it anyway. So
I've been trying to get a pivot from Damn Designs for months. Fuck them. Kev, you gonna sell your Jasmine before I buy a Sea Otter? I already sold the Jasmine, bro.
Did you really?
Yeah. I couldn't get over it, man. The lefty lock bar was my biggest problem. The washers I was getting used to. But, like, I kept locking it up and ripping my fucking thumb apart. Like, I guess I'm just too used to right-handed knives. But, like, my fingers are all over the lock bar. How do you guys do that?
Put your pressure up next to the pivot on the real tough one.
That's a USA. Hold on. The Klein. The American-made workhorse. Oh, my God. Give me a fucking break.
Damn, that definitely looks like $350 worth of knife.
Dude, it's a micarta and an axis slot. Who's making it? I wonder. I bet you it's Millet. It looks like shit. Magna Cut? But it's $350. I feel like I need to get one of these. Too bad I hate axis locks. It's saving me here. Thank God. Phosphor bronze. Oh my God. Who made these? Oh, look at that. Delaware River Valley of Pennsylvania, huh? It's right here. They're not going to tell us who made it, which is bullshit.
The Barnes made it in the Delaware River Valley.
Oh my god. Naf, are you gonna buy one with your military discount? I'll review it. I'll shit on it.
Hey, they use Afterpay.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I was like, no, don't do it, Kev. I'll email them one more time, then tell them I'm canceling them. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that sucks, dude.
G-Ball, I'm
200,
gonna
I'd
have a
give it a
pivot.
test run
Problem
in
is
the
it's
old
connected
Buick.
to a knife, but I'll sell you the knife for a fair price.
Just don't ask him if he's got an ETA on the arrival of your knife.
Right. They'll cancel your order. I'd rather have reviewers trash stuff and give their honest opinions instead of pumping shitty knives. Well, that's part of the reason I started the channel, because I would watch channels like Slicey Dicey, and I honestly liked his content. But I watched channels like that, and I would spend my $100, and I'd get a knife, and then it would be garbage, and I'm like, why did this person tell me this knife was good and worth the money, and then I get it and it sucks?
Because you didn't.
And then I can't sell it, and I can't sell it for what I paid because it sucks. It's just like a vicious cycle. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start telling people what I think about a knife. It's just what I think. That's plain and simple. It's the bottom line of like my channel is I'm just going to say what I think. It's just the truth. Whether it's your, it's like whether it works with you or not. It's just what I think. It's fucking opinion. But like it's my opinion and that's it. It's not like I'm not gonna say something's good just because or because I get it for free or whatever. Like I've had companies send me something and then never send me something again. Like I've had people send me loaners. You don't know how many people I've pissed off because they've sent me a loaner and I've hated the knife. And I do a shitty review. And then they think I like so now I'm talking shit on their knife that they loaned me, so now I literally have to say this when I get loaners. I'm like, listen, I might not like the knife. That does not mean I don't appreciate you sending me the knife. Like, I still very much appreciate you sending it to me and me getting the chance to review it and having the content and everything. But I might not like your knife. Don't take it personal. But it happens a lot where people will send me a knife and then they won't hit me up again about another knife and some people, you just maybe don't have another knife. I'm not actively like, hey, you got this knife or that knife. Like people just offer and I take loaners. I don't go hunting them down like Metal Complex sends a list out. I don't do that or anything. But I've had people who just never talk to me again after I review their knife. And I can tell when I'm talking to them. Because I have the knife and I got to send it back. So I got to talk to them and I got to tell them. And I'm like, yeah, I just didn't like the knife. Like, whatever. It's fucking weird sometimes. Like, it's just a knife. Like, you don't like every knife I own, probably. So, but I'm a dick. So, there you go. First knife I sent you was a Fox Suru, and you hated it, and then helped me get it sold. Yeah, I try to do that too if I can. Hey, your kid is ugly. Don't take it personally. Not only do I pay attention to your reviews because I'm a lefty, but I appreciate how brutally honest you are. Thanks, dude. Is it just me, or does MC always talk in the third person? I haven't noticed. I guess he does that. What I notice more is he does that thing where he's like making fun of people in weird accents or something. And like, I don't know, it's fucking weird to me, but it's kind of funny. But I think he now takes it a little too far because he's so used to doing it. It's like his shtick. And he does it with stuff that like I don't think anybody actually would say, but I don't know. That's his way of doing things. I actually have come to enjoy his content more lately than I used to. I stopped watching his stuff for like a year. So I think he's become more fair. I think he's become more critical, I'll say, than he used to be. I feel like he used to just point out good things and he just basically show the knife and point it out. Like now he's being more critical, which I think is cool. Because I think he got to a point where like people are gonna send him shit regardless, probably. Like he can get the knife regardless, so like he doesn't need to worry about pissing companies off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't feel beholden to him as much. Maybe.
Right. Exactly. He's kind of his own thing. So like he can be more honest, I think. I don't know. Kevin tried to convince me I needed to keep a Zerk good screwdriver because it was super fancy and I still sold it to Taylor Martin. Nice. You should have a good one. I mean, think about all the knives you have. And like I take apart knives all the time. Like, so my point to him was I use that driver more than I probably use 3/4 of these knives. So why not have that driver be fucking Zerk as opposed to the knife? One knife in your case. I think I made a convincing argument. Half his videos are him making fun of people. Yeah, in like hillbilly accents. It's funny. It's fucking goofy as shit is what it is. Early fall. We're hoping for early fall. They're making new prototypes. We didn't ask for them. They just want to do new prototypes because we did make some changes, but whatever. And then hopefully we're going to have pricing soon and get it into production. Love Kev doing honest, straight up reviews. Thanks. I don't have time for whining about the comment section on a knife video. He does do that. That's basically what he's doing, is he's talking shit about the comment section. It's kind of funny. He just doesn't give a fuck anymore, which I think is funny. Do you have any updates on the MASH? I'm excited about that one. We're waiting on Kubi to make the version 2 prototypes, but I'm going to be honest, I really don't have high hopes. This prototype is fucking rough, dude. Like, to the point where, look at the action.
How much you want for it, Kev?
Yeah, right. Like, I can get it to drop. I got the action dialed, but once it gets to here, it's literally like tight as fuck from here down. From here up, it's fucking loosey-goosey. It's great. Like, in a good way, you know what I mean? Smooth. But here it just ties up because the stop pin is press fit into the blade because it's internal, but it doesn't fucking stay in place. So the stop pin shifts around in the handle, and as soon as it shifts, so like basically the stop pin is more to this scale than it is to this one. So it's causing it to be like off kilter in there, and that's why it's like getting all weird at this point. And I've centered that like 3 times. I could probably try super gluing it but like it was a fucking prototype.
Well, then it's not really press fitted.
Like you gotta fucking
Street
they took no care with this prototype. Like it's like they threw them together and didn't care. And it's like for me, a prototype should be exemplary. Like you should want to show me what you could do because your prototype is basically selling you, right? Like, I don't know. It fucking bugs me, dude. It really does. So anyway, the answer to that is I'm waiting on a version 2 and hoping those are good because if they're not, we're going to switch OEMs and whatever. So the MASH is kind of like behind now. It's the Growler. So the Stout, the Growler, and we have the Buzz prototypes coming from Best Tech soon. That might sneak in there ahead of the MASH. And then we have the slip joint. that we're working on with another company. Well, damn, that's not good. I love that design. Yeah. Dude, don't worry. I'm not going to sell you a knife that has issues. I'm telling you my issues with the prototype. I'm dealing with it so that you get a good knife. But it might take longer because I'm going to make sure it is good.
What's this buzz you speak of? I don't think I've seen that one.
You haven't seen that one?
I don't think so. Did you have my buzz?
Let me see if I have it on the Devo page. It's like top flipper sort of deal. There's a prototype picture. I don't know if you can get an idea.
Oh,
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. It's an inset liner lock, supposed to be titanium with an insert. We'll see. The liner's just on one side, contoured handles, titanium, and I think we're doing M390 on the prototype. We were thinking about doing Magna Cut, but their HRC is so low on it, we don't really want to fuck with that.
Right.
Sheep's Foot we call it the Buzz because it kind of has a buzz cut. It's sort of like his Collins design, the hide with Kubi. I don't know if you've seen that. That's kind of where we got the idea to do the top flipper thing. Did I ever post a picture on it? I guess not. Could have sworn I posted the render of it. I don't think I have it saved anywhere. I mean, it's on my phone, but my phone is the camera right now. I can just show you later or something.
All right. That's cool. Heck yeah.
That'll give you an idea. It's similar-ish to this, but not really. It has like a top flipper that comes up like this. And the point is so that you can grab it like this and do like a reach around real easily. You can also use it as a front flipper. You can do the reach around, and then you'll have the slot so you can hit it with the reverse flick and the thumb flick.
Hell yeah.
Be badass.
And it'll be a liner lock, so you don't have to worry about the lock bar and shit. Why not QSP like the Stout? They booked up. No, so all right. So let me use somebody as an example. Who should I use? EMP EDC or Sharp by Design. Like when you have all your projects with one OEM, what happens is you fucking bottleneck yourself. Like you have to keep waiting for the next one to come out before they can work on the next one, and then so it's just you end up like getting kind of stuck. Where I wanted to spread it out, so if it's with different OEMs, then we can drop projects at the same time. They don't have to be like one happens and then you got to wait 6 months for the next one to happen, and then because it's all the same company. So this way we can get prototypes going with different companies. I also just wanted to try different companies. I wanted to have different price points. So that's really the reason it wasn't. And then it also depended on what the model was, like who we thought would be good for it, and that kind of thing. Like, so we wanted QSP to be able to focus on the Stout, get those done, and do them well, because I feel like that's another thing is if you have projects with the same company and you have multiple projects, you're going to start putting pressure on them to deliver, right? And what's going to happen is they're going to fucking rush, and you're going to end up getting fucked up knives is what's going to happen. You're going to get, detent lash and those little details that aren't going to be right. So I'm hoping to avoid that. I don't know. It may play out that the way we're doing it is a bad thing. Because honestly, so far, Kubi has been sort of a disappointment to me. A lot of people rave about Kubi. I'm not happy with them as of right now. Now, that could change when they come out, when they send us the version 2 prototypes. But I don't know. I just thought it'd be good to use different OEMs and shit. So that's what we're doing. Plus, you have different styles of knives, like, you know, budget knife versus a slip joint versus a, you know, premium bolster lock versus a whatever. Like, so.
You want to find the right OEM for the right project. Look at it
Yeah.
that way.
Well, yeah, and exactly. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You know, if something happens to, you know, QSP, and we still have other OEMs doing stuff. We are working with a US OEM on something too, so we may have a US knife coming in 5 years. But stay tuned for that. I have a deposit in for that. They're supposed to start working on it in August, so that would be cool. I get what you're saying. I do like the growler. Yeah, Shieldon's doing the growler. And so there's another example. When we do prototypes, depending on the knife, I like to get them from multiple companies. So like the Stout, we did QSP and Kunwu, and QSP just killed it. So it worked out. They were the first to deliver. But on the growler, we did Kubi and Shieldon. And we got the Kubi ones first. And I was not happy with them. They were super thick. I don't know why they decided to make them like twice as thick.
Well, look at their own
They
knife.
did.
Really thick.
And then Shieldon's came, and they were great. And I'm going to be honest with you, Shieldon wasn't on my radar. I happened to talk to Backpack B after we'd already worked with Kubi on the growler, like started that process. I was talking to Brent, and he had this Shieldon knife, and he's like, "Hey, you want to like check it out for a review?" And I was like, "Sure." And I started talking to them, and they said they do OEM work, and one thing led to another. And they said they could do it, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's just get prototypes from them too, and see what they can do." Like, you know, part of this whole thing is finding different OEMs. Like everybody uses QSP and Riot, and that's why they're always backed up. So like maybe it'd be good to have a different, you know, avenue. So we gave them a shot, and dude, they fucking killed those prototypes. Like they were amazing. And compared to the Kubi ones, they were like fucking night and day, in my opinion. So like that's who we're using for the run. If I hadn't have done that, if we hadn't have just taken a wild card on Shieldon, we wouldn't be, you know, right now we'd be working with Kubi on version 2 prototypes of 2 different knives. So like, I don't know.
To be fair, if you look at their Kubi's G10 knives, they're all pretty freaking thick.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they like them thick, and they like to have shitty blade to handle ratio. I don't know. That seems to be their MO. It's annoying. So I don't want to hate on them because they do good shit. Have you seen the reason I wanted to work with Kubi was because I saw the Damn Designs titanium liner locks. I saw the what's that one knife that's so good? The Bade Modern Design Stunner. They did that. It's fucking amazing, that knife. I mean, even the Bridgeport knife 395 prototype I had was 10 times better than the growler they gave us or the mash they gave us. It literally was like they just didn't give a fuck about us and our prototypes. The same thing happened with Kunwu. We got those, and it was like a fucking joke, dude. It was literally like they didn't care about our project. You could tell. Like, if you look at their products, like they can make fucking good ass knives. You know what I mean? The finish work, all of that shit. None of that was in the prototypes for us. And Kubi was the same way. And it's like, I don't know why. I don't know for what reason that they just didn't give a fuck about ours. But if you look at the growler prototype and then look at like Casey's pinion prototype, you can see there was more care taken. So I don't know what happened there. So we'll see if they fucking care this time. Same thing with Kunwu. They're getting another shot at it.
Your girlfriend
So-
Cole saying hey to you.
What up, Cole? How's
But
that
yeah.
going?
Anyway,
What's
I
that
should wrap
right,
it up.
everyone?
I gotta get to bed. I probably have to get up with the kid again tomorrow if my wife's still feeling like shit.
Plus, you got the COVID.
Let me do the StreamYard giveaway.
Yeah, I think
Which
everybody should put in hashtag use your shit.
What?
Hashtag use your shit.
Yeah, right. I don't know why StreamYard doesn't just fucking show you the link. Like, where's the motherfucking link? There. All right. Jesus. All right. Here we go. All right. So if you guys want in on the giveaway, it's hashtag use your shit. Just like this. Type it out like, well, without the smiley face. But hashtag use your shit.
Hashtag shit on your shit.
You want in?
I reckon.
I'll give you guys like 2 or 3 minutes, but you got to get your comment in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Have Erica review your US OEM knife. I don't think that'll work because
He'll
I'd,
touch
prob-
it.
I'd probably send it to Jake first, and then she can't review it because Jake touched it. So I don't know.
Hashtag Jake's got cooties.
That was the weirdest fucking part of that whole thing that I didn't understand. Like the hating on him for how he reviews stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
What is he?
But the
what
funny thing
harm he
is,
doing?
Jake actually uses his knives. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny. Like, if you're gonna hate on anybody, she should hate me. Like, seriously.
Has Jake?
I
ever
don't
presented
use my
himself
knives
as
very much.
something
I cut shipping labels out and I open packages. But that's literally what I do with my knives, and that's what I want my knives to do. So,
And hashtag that's using your shit. It just might not be using your shit the way somebody else uses their shit. But you're
Yeah,
still
dude. If I'm
using
gonna
your
buy
shit.
a knife to stick it up my ass, I'm gonna watch a reviewer that sticks knives up his ass.
right.
And that would be Tri-State.
Yeah,
Prostate, EDC.
prostate EDC.
I smell a t-shirt.
Laugh out loud. I kind of want to draw you a ball sack for the channel. Okay, sure. Draw me a ball sack, bro. I'm down. Lefty, your address labels and sticker samples are boxed up. Going out first thing Tuesday. Okay. Thanks, dog. We need to talk about your prices. Need a discount.
They are shit.
I need a discount. I need like 1,000 of each sticker. I need a better price, Cole.
You're not a damn engineer. You don't have the authority to be charging such exorbitant prices.
Yeah, but he's not a I don't know, what would a copy machine guy be? You're not a copy machine guy, so
you're not a
you
mail.
you don't even have the right to sell stickers, honestly. The stickers are sick. Turned out great. Cool. Are you really that excited about some stickers? Are you just selling me, you fucker? All right, here we go. Hopefully you got your hashtag use your shit in. I definitely like doing it this way because it's fucking way easier. Choose broadcast. Hashtag. How was it? Anyway, use your shit. Just like that, right? Let me double check. Yep. Use your shit. Okay. Start collecting. 31 entries. That's it? That's it? How many people we got watching?
75.
Jesus.
They're challenge spellers.
I know. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Winner. Chicken dinner. Oh, Manny Z, dude. That thing always has me. That thing always has me guessing who it, because it seems like it stops and then it's like, nope, here's your winner.
He didn't show the screen. We just have to believe him.
Oh no, we're not on
Manny
that
Z,
screen.
baby, you won a Hogue Deca. Big thank you to Troy.
Manny.
Congrats,
Did I
Manny.
say that earlier? Troy from Northwoods Leatherworks donated this. Oh, there's also a Hank in here. I wrote it on here. And here's the previous winner's name. Selby Saldino. Sorry, you would have won, but you didn't claim your prize. So now Manny Z gets it.
Congrats, Manny.
What did he win?
He won a Hogue Deca V2 with the blue Damascus shit.
I want to see that shit in the woods tomorrow, Manny Z.
Yeah, or you can't review it.
Hell no.
I can't give it to you unless you use it first.
Yeah, you can't even own it. Take it in the woods.
So, Manny, we got a little conundrum here, bro. You got to use it for me to give it to you. So, I guess the only way to make that work is you're going to have to drive up to Pennsylvania and use it real quick, and then I can give it to you.
Film a
would be the
video,
fair thing to
a
do.
reel.
He's got to use it for 8 months before he can have it for his own, though.
Right, that too. Actually, that's what Troy told me. He's like, I can give you this for giveaway, but you got to use it for 8 months first, and then you're allowed to have it to give away. So I'll ship it to you in like 7 months, Manny. I'm just kidding. Email me at leftyedc88@gmail.com. I just put it in the comments, Manny. Email me there and shoot me your address, and I will mail this out to you on Tuesday. Congratulations, dude. If you watch my 5K unboxing extravaganza thing, I think it was, this knife is really good. I actually really like this one. And Troy is a great dude. Definitely go check out Northwoods Leatherworks Co. He's a good buddy and a good dude, and he makes great products. And he also donated this knife. So shout out to you. All right. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? I gotta wrap it up. I don't know if you guys want to do your own thing after, or I don't know.
Great talking to everybody and seeing everybody in the chats.
It was good to see all you lovely individuals.
Get your Fidget on.
Shit and fake, but
It looks like Lindsay and Richie are going late.
Cool. Awesome. Going late? What does that mean?
Well, I just got a notification right after your notification that just came up saying you were going live, which was a little late, that Lindy and Richie were doing a late night live.
Okay, gotcha. They're probably doing what Brent was doing. They're probably setting up their CNC mill or something.
That's what they did on Instagram last night. They did an Instagram live. We tuned in for a little bit.
Of course, Cole would have that piss-colored fucking bear.
He got the matching pin too, I bet.
He probably got it for free too, because he sucks their teeth. He's a little tactile teeth sucker.
But he uses his stuff, so he's not
He
getting
does
called
use
out.
his stuff. He cuts himself with it regularly.
Great for you, all. And that was a big oxygenated blood drop on that video too. That was like for me, what they call it, the glory shot, the money shot. I was like, oh yeah,
The money shot.
Good to see you too there, Cubel.
Oh man, where do you leave your
That would
comment?
be.
Terry, good
Comment
to see
for
you,
what?
man.
He said, nah, I paid for this one. I paid for all my knives in my own blood. Yeah. Dude, man, the ones you don't pay for, that's the way to be, man. There's nothing wrong with getting free knives. I enjoy it.
Thank you, Nav. Jesus Christ. Thank you.
It's Bex R. No, it's Bayer. Bayer. Even saying Bayer is not right. It's Bayer, like the heart medication or
Like
whatever.
the county in Texas, actually.
Says the
But
man
it's
with the jacked up thumb. Shut up. My thumbs are purty. They're back to looking like shit now. Man, they were good too until I got Jaegers. The Jaegers got me.
The Jaeger started to put little lines in my nail, and I've decided that I just can't let it drop like that anymore.
Yeah, so what you got to do is stop there. But it's a technique, man. You got to get good at you got to let go at the right time. Oh, it got me. But I've been using this stuff Lewis told me about, Nutrinail or something.
Yeah, that does get rid of nail fungus, so they'll probably hook you right up.
No, it's not Jubilee. But if you put it on once a day, it's fine. The reason I didn't think it worked is because I was putting it on like 8 times a day when I tried it, like an idiot, because that's what I do with everything. Yeah. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go.
All right, love y'all.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you to everybody for checking us out. Use your shit. Peace.
Peace.